Welcome. Happy Friday to everybody out there. We got Big Ray joining us shortly. We're going to talk some winners and losers in terms of fantasy from NFL free agency. Got some stuff that is dropped, including some A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert business. And we don't really love the Eagles around here. We like talking about them because they're so goddamn interesting and so annoying. And you could just say go Birds, or you could say fry Birds. Let's say go Birds.
Eagles. Go Birds, though.
Oh, go Birds.
All right, fine. Go Birds.
Right? Go Birds.
Get your hand off my knee.
Go Birds.
So Dallas Goedert, they can cut him. If they want to cut him, they have till Monday to cut him to save as much cap space as possible. But they keep on pushing that off because they're trying to get a trade with A.J. Brown done. So they can't keep them both. It's apparent they can't keep them both. And this is a major issue for Philly because they just, if I was doing a team, like a team winners and losers, like they'd be a loser so far. And if you get rid of A.J. Brown and you're rolling with just Devonta Smith, who I like, but just Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, who's 32 years old, and, you know, an older Saquon Barkley, like you're relying on Jalen Hurts so much. And I don't want to rely on Jalen Hurts. Like he is not Lamar Jackson. He is not Josh Allen. He is not Patrick Mahomes. And he will be exposed. He will definitely get exposed. Hetzer says they should keep Goddard, in my opinion. So you want them to keep Goddard over A.J. Brown? Because I understand A.J. Brown's more of a headache. For sure, yeah, he is a diva, but who's the better player? Like Dallas Goedert, yes, 13 touchdowns last year. But were those legit touchdowns? I saw a lot of shovel passes. I saw a lot of little flat routes, like little schemed up stuff that should have gone to Saquon Barkley. So I don't know, man. I'm keeping A.J. Brown if I want a chance to win the Super Bowl. If they're rolling with just Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert, like no fucking way is that team. Like you're going to have to rely on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not good enough. Let's see, Hayden, what's going on, man? Goddard is replaceable. He's also old, and they signed Calcaterra, who they kind of like. I think they could draft somebody in the draft. That's a pretty deep class. I think Max Clare could work for them. Flyer says if your largest market's caption gets hit and is out for a captain and gets hit and is out for the season, do you give out more than a 5-game suspension? This must be a hockey question, and someone else in the chat help me out with that one because I am not. I'm kind of hockey illiterate. I don't watch hockey. I haven't watched hockey since the Blackhawks had that run in like the mid 2000s or 2010s. Or shit, was that like, yeah, it was like 2010. Anyways, they have to trade A.J. Brown. And I'm going to say this. I think the Patriots need to trade for A.J. Brown because I was going through my winners and losers list, and Drake May did not quite make my losers list for fantasy, but he is damn near close. Like Stephon Diggs and Romeo Doubs, I feel like is a lateral move. But we saw they did not have enough during the playoffs. They did not have enough in the Super Bowl. Drake May also played out of his mind. And, like, that offensive line is not going to be it's going to be better just based on, like, law of averages and, you know, the offensive line, like Will Campbell getting a little older. But it's not going to be a great unit. Drake May is due for a step back. He was playing elite football last year. I'm not saying Drake May's bad or anything. I'm saying you got to get the guy some help. And Keyshawn Boutte and Romeo Doubs and Kyle Williams and Demario Douglas and Hunter Henry, who's getting a year older, that is just not enough. So, like, A.J. Brown, if they bring in A.J. Brown and then they sign Romeo Doubs, which they already did, now I'm really in on the Patriots. Like, I know A.J. Brown, he's not my favorite player in the world, but he's such an important cog to an offense. And that's what he never understood in Philly, which is hilarious for A.J. Brown, was that, like, when you're great, sometimes your best games are actually not, they don't show up in the stat sheet, right? Your best games are when you're taking the double coverage and Devonta Smith catches that 60-yard bomb. And A.J. Brown is going to be very important for real-life football on New England. I would like his fantasy stock as well, just because being tied to Drake May is better than being tied to Jalen Hurts. But he needs to just get over that shit. But they have to do something, and they can't sign them both. No way am I going to get rid of A.J. Brown for getting Dallas Goedert. That is insane to me. A.J. Brown not getting traded till June. Eagles save like $30 million if they wait. I have the numbers right here. So releasing him, so that if they release him, they save the money. I don't know about trading him if that saves the money. Let me know. Fact check that for me if you could, Blake or Slammin. Oh, Rams. Jesus, dude. So if A.J. Brown goes to the Rams, that's a very crowded room. That would suck for fantasy purposes. That'd be awesome for Matt Stafford. That would kind of suck for Puka and definitely for Devontae Adams. That the Rams are all in. Like we saw this, 6 years ago when they won the Super Bowl and they traded for Jalen Ramsey and they gave up all those first round picks and they fucked their cap for years. And somehow they're right back in the same situation, and it worked because they won the Super Bowl. And I think they're there right now, but like one more piece, like an A.J. Brown, I don't think they need to because I don't think like wide receivers like not their weakness. But like, how are you going to defend that team with the tight ends they're running out there with 2 solid running backs in Corum and Kyron? Now you got Puka. Like, you can't double any of those guys. So that'd be crazy. I don't think they would do that just based on the fact that, like, you don't want to trade him in the same conference to a competing team, a contending team. You want to move him to the AFC and then worry about it if you face the Eagles or if you face the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Like, giving them to the Rams is essentially like you're making your own team worse. The Eagles are making their own team worse. And then now they're making the Rams like a superpower. Ooh, Debo. Nate, we have not heard any Debo. Like, we've heard more about Brandon Ayuk in terms of like destinations and people being interested in him than in Debo Samuel. I actually think the Rams, on the subject of the Rams, I think the Rams is a perfect fit for Debo if they don't get A.J. Brown, which I don't expect to happen. That's just a wild. I read that same report, Hetzer. The Rams, I feel like you need a good coordinator with Debo and someone that can use him creatively because he was never a great, traditional wide receiver, and he was more of just a wide flanker that was just really good after the catch. And you saw what happened in Washington. They were just using him for little screens, and it was fine the first couple weeks, and he got a little dinged up. So he can't be a number 1 or number 2 on a team because that's too many snaps. He will get hurt and worn down. You got to go for a team that it's a luxury item, right? And I feel like the Rams, having him just like lining up in the backfield and him and Puka both in motion, like that'd be wild. You're getting him for essentially a veteran minimum deal, maybe like $7 million a year max. Like, I don't think it'd be a lot of money. I think he wants to win, and that would be a great destination for him. Waiting until June 1st is financially advantageous, reducing the Eagles' dead cap. Okay, well, they have to make a decision. Thank you, Slam. And they have to make a decision on Dallas Goedert by Monday. That is his window. So they have to make a decision on Dallas Goedert on Monday. We got Big Ray in the house. What's going on, man? You hear me? We good? I think so. I can't hear him. He's muted. Okay, we'll keep on going here. Ooh, the Colts would work for Debo. I would say the Colts work for Debo. Yeah, I got you. The Colts can't afford A.J. Brown. They also don't have any draft picks left because the Colts decided to trade 2 firsts for a pretty much I don't know, call him a cornerback 2 in Sauce Gardner. He's not very good.
I mean, I wouldn't say that bad, but pretty much. He's not like a solidified 1A 2 first rounder draft. Draft.
I'm dying on the hill that Sauce Gardner's awful. I don't care. Like,
well, no, you don't have to die on it. It's not a bad take. It's just like he's just not as bad as you may say, but for what he was traded for, and
drafted, right? And drafted really high. And here's the biggest problem with corners, man, is that I'm not going to call them kickers where they just lose it, but like cornerback shelf life is short. Jalen Ramsey was the best in the world, and like he fell off very hard, like at a young age. He was like 31 when he really fell off. Even the great Darrelle Revis wasn't the same player down the line, like where you think these guys would last a little longer. But once they lose a
Champ
step,
Bailey's my goat. Give me some Champ Bailey.
Though it's over. It's just over when they lose a step. Oh, yeah. And Sauce Gardner's also just an idiot. He focuses on his grill too much. Rumors are saying Ayuk might not play again. Is that real? Ayuk might be done. I didn't read this. Heyo, see ya. I have a clip I like to play for Brandon Ayuk. Here's the Brandon Ayuk clip.
Very cute.
Oh,
what's his name?
It's Kwame.
It's Kwame. Kwame. Mm-hmm. Nice name. Nice name.
Thank you. I think so too.
It's a little light for Kwame, no?
What?
A lot of names to pick, but it was a little darker, maybe.
Yeah, can you go?
That's very scary.
You need to get out.
Hey, any of you guys want ginger ale?
Get the fuck out.
I love the fact that that's the black dudes from Detroiters with Tom Robinson, and it's like, or Tim Robinson, whatever it is, and the most like offensive shit, and it's just like that's just funny. Like,
yeah, take your panties off. I hope what I'll say this. I have a prediction for you guys. Brandon Ayuk is going to be homeless in like 3 years. Do we all agree with that? He's going to blow all his money. And who the hell? Blake, help me out with this one. Who was the player that was on the Cavs? Delonte West. Delonte West. Made fucking $80 million in the NBA, and he was actually homeless.
You seen him?
Like there's pictures of him. No, I just seen the pictures.
Video.
Yeah. This is a while ago.
Bro. No.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now. Is he still alive?
Mm-hmm. But he's still homeless.
So he's not alive. Maybe Cartman can jump him with a skateboard. Night of the Living Homeless. So yeah, fuck you, Brandon Ayuk. You know what? Like that's just it's slap in the face to like everyone. And I'm always a defender of athletes. Like I feel like they earn their right. I don't ever say they make too much money. They deserve it. They're so elite at what they do, and it's they spend their entire life training for this and working for this and discipline and sacrifice. But Brandon Ayuk is spitting in the face of like the people like me that defend the athletes. And you have a guy like Brandon Ayuk. I know he's a one-off, just being a clown and just like disrespecting his franchise, his teammates, his family, his city. Like fucking A, man. Fuck you, Brandon Ayuk. It really grinds my gears. We got Wally. Hector says we got meat sweats in the house. You got some meat there, buddy? We'll get to your meal in a second. Wally says you're doing a draft tonight. We will see. If we can meet the goal, I will do one. I know Ray has to work in the morning. I've actually realized I've done 7 shows in 8 days, and this is fucking March. I'm still grinding over here.
You're grinding all our gears in a good way.
Yeah, you could find me on Grindr too. My profile pic is hot. It's me shirtless. If we meet the goal, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. If not, throw me a little bone here. 20 total subs and super chat dollars. I will do a draft. You know what? I might do 2 drafts if we get to that goal, but do 1 draft for sure. I've already done 2. I've already had 12 drafts. It's fucking March 13th. At that rate, I'm going to spend $3,000 on best ball. But you know what? I could win. And usually I do make my money back on best ball at least. So Blake says it's not coming from Schefter or somebody like that. So I don't know how true it is. It's just someone in Brandon Ayuk's camp, maybe, because maybe it's from Brandon Ayuk himself. He's trying to drive up his bargaining power, which he has none of. Hector says, where would Goddard go? I was going to say Detroit, but they just got another 10 in today. Yeah, I think I would say the Colts. I think the Colts are a sneaky spot because losing Pittman, who's essentially an extension of the tight end game. All they have is Warren, Mo Elliott Cox, and Kylan Granson. Kylan Granson already signed elsewhere. Mo Elliott Cox is not going to re-sign there. He's older. Not as old as Goddard, but Goddard's an all-pro. And I think they would probably go more to a heavy personnel grouping, like a lot of teams will. But considering Daniel Jones coming off that Achilles, I can see them wanting to have 2 tight ends in the field. And I'm not saying this would hurt Tyler Warren's stock very much, but it's just an insurance piece, another weapon, and it's a red zone piece, right? Like, who do they have for the red zone right now? Alec Pierce is not a red zone guy. He's a deep ball guy. Josh JT. Downs is 5'11". I'm talking about passing game, right? They have Tyler Warren.
Hey,
that's not a lot.
Mo Elliott, that's my man. Mo Elliott.
They're not going to re-sign him though. They would have re-signed him already. No, he's a free agent. So all their tight ends are free agents. And Granson already moved on.
Mo Elliott?
Yeah, he's a free agent. He was last year. I feel like Mo Elliott Cox has been on the Colts for like 12 years.
No, I
feel like him and Jack Doyle had some crossover. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm always looking for Jack Doyle.
Dude, he's like
Blake says
he's
still
such a
homeless
twig now.
Yeah, he is. Dude, what a weird guy. Andrew Luck is a weirdo, bro. Still rocking a flip phone. Do you think Andrew Luck has ever gotten laid?
Does he not have a family?
That's a good question.
Or am I just making this up?
Well,
sure
I mean,
Michael
Jackson had kids, and he never had sex with a woman. So
yeah. Oh, you sure about that?
That's true. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I mean, if you're going to consider an 8-year-old boy a woman.
Andrew
moving
Luck
on.
Is only 30. I was saying he's only 36. He would be 37 in September. Like, technically speaking,
no shit.
If he never gave it up, like, he could have been still, again, of course, no major injuries and whatnot. But, dude, what's his name? Stafford is in his 40s. Luck. I mean, dude.
No, Stafford's 39, I think. 38, 39.
But
Aaron Rodgers is 42. Kirk Cousins is still hanging around the league. Like,
37,
and Andrew Luck was a better prospect than all of those guys. Maybe he was a better prospect than Stafford. Stafford, former number 1 overall pick. Slammin said Trent McDuffie better than Sauce Gardner. Yeah, definitely, man. Christian Gonzalez is definitely probably the best in the NFL. I would say, with what we saw in the postseason. Just that guy, I love Christian Gonzalez. That guy will hit you too. Sauce Gardner's never made a tackle in his life, which I don't like that. Hetzer says Tyler Conklin. Yeah, the Lions signed Tyler Conklin. That's he was in the Jets for a long time. I believe he was with the Chargers last year. He's just a guy. He is just a guy. The rumors are about Ayuk are saying that he didn't take his rehab seriously and it fucked up his knee even more. So the guy didn't report to team duties, didn't do his own duty for like his own career, like, and he cost himself his contract because now they can void it. So wow, Brandon Ayuk. Let's give Brandon Ayuk a round of applause here for just being great. Like, can you imagine Brandon Ayuk? Like, if he was a part of my co-host group, how bad he would be. He would never show up. He would be just not prepared. Like, it would be the worst co-host in the world. Also not interesting. So I don't think Brandon Ayuk can read. That's also a problem. I'd be like, hey, Brandon. Huh? I'd be like, hey, Brandon, can you read this comment for me? He's like trying. He's like, almost heroes. For God's sakes, man. It says, welcome to Snakes Bend. I almost had it. Almost had it.
Classic.
Isaiah Pacheco was a little cringe today. He was like, I know y'all love your nicknames here. Call me Chaz. Like, no, bro. The only Tasmanian devil was Troy Polamalu. Also, I hate you can't give yourself a nickname. Like, you know what, guy? I actually have an idea for you guys in the chat and in the community. Call me Big Dick Rob. Okay? Sexy Big Dick Rob. Can I just be referred to that?
No,
I'm going to change my name. I'm going to change my name on here. Instead of Rob, Sexy Big Dick Rob. And that's what I'm known for, as because I'm giving myself that nickname.
Even though I could have a micro yourself. Who has told you that besides yourself?
You can't give yourself a nickname. That is the dumbest thing ever. Like George trying to give himself T-Bone.
I mean,
that's a cool name.
It's not. No, I mean, that's not necessarily true. Like, I mean, dude, like my nickname sort of became like a thing from me. Like nobody told. I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody out of our friend group chose the name Ray out of fucking thin air. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right, just because you guys know, just in the chat, his name is actually not Ray. It's Ryan. Just so you guys know, it's and Ryan.
Also,
so but you are Ray now.
But I'm saying it's my mom's dad's name, so like, I don't know, one way or another. You know what it was? I heard it in a Wiz Khalifa song, him referring to weed as Ray, because his weed dealer was Ray. I'll find the song. I can send it to you. The clip is the funniest thing, dude. He literally, like, it was before he really blew up. It was one of his like one of his last mixtapes before he blew up. But yeah, he like his nickname or his drug dealer's nickname or name was Ray. So he referred to weed as Ray, as I did, without even knowing that. Yeah.
Cheers to Slamming over here. Changing his entire diet and lifestyle. You're way ahead of me, and you're a better man than I. And you know what, Brandon, you came to his rehab. So, he says, what has been the weirdest signing this offseason so far? Weirdest signing.
I would say it's tight end. I'm sorry, the center from the Ravens to the Raiders, bro. I know that I know, but it's just because the money. That was unprecedented shit. I'm saying that completely reset the entire O-line money market. They fucked that all up themselves. At least interior, not the tackles.
Yeah,
but the guards and center, they completely reset the entire market. Like it was that was crazy. They were talking that the Bears.
Who do you think deserves their money more, though? Alec Pierce or Linderbaum? Like Alec Pierce is more overpaid.
Alec Pierce
than
is
Linderbaum,
definitely out of pocket. No, over 100
because
mil,
it cost them to lose Pittman, and
they traded
for
him
me,
too, yeah.
I'm gonna say. Dude, I'm gonna say Tyler Algier, dude, just because it doesn't make any sense.
Arizona,
they restructured,
just
like
weird.
James Conner, like it just they still have Trey Benson, so essentially they're giving up on Trey Benson and then signing another young kind of running back. I like the deal. It was a cheap deal. Like the fact that he got the same, like a little bit more than Chris Rodriguez. I do like the deal.
No,
it was just a weird signing for like the structure of the team.
Does it go up like this, or does it just go up like this? Like a little. Does it go up a little like that, or like it's? I mean, Tyler Algier showed he can be good, but I don't know. That's just weird. I'm with you because they're in a bridge period. So like, just draft rookies at that point. Is my opinion. I'm not.
You know what's going to make it all
funnier
funnier if they draft Jeremiah Love after like restructuring James Conner. They have Trey Benson. They're going to bring in Tyler Algier and they're going to draft Jeremiah Love. Like
with Bijan.
I could see him doing that, and because they're retarded. Let's see. I'm sorry about Iceman's. Iceman got to be the gayest nickname in the NFL. Who is Iceman? Am I missing something? Sure. They call him Iceman. I call him painted. I call him painted fingernails. But yeah, it's a pretty gay nickname.
Your hands are what makes it possible. Your shoulder pads are hard and stiff. Your hands are tender and they can move and caress the ball. that's kind of gay, but hey.
So if you're not going to let me say anything about this, first off, it is by far not even the gayest name in the NFL. First, because, again, he didn't give it to himself. All he did was just throw off that game-winning touchdown to DJ Moore. And all of a sudden, everyone, because it was cold that game, and it's like, oh.
It was cold.
Well, it was because he threw it up, turned before the ball even landed. He put his hands in the little pocket because he fucking knew it was a dime.
It was a Steph Curry. That's a Steph Curry move when he hits a fucking 30-footer. You know what I mean? And Steph Curry's earned the right, but Caleb has now earned the right too. Let's go.
Gayest name in the NFL? I'm not buying. This is a Bears fan. Like, they beat the Packers to get that name. That's not gay. That's actually like.
Oh, bad. I got the answer. Gayest name in the NFL, Brandon Ayuk. Hey, we're hitting him hard, baby. We are hitting him hard. Slammin says small dick Rob is the closest you're going to get from me. You know what? I approve. Timmy, what's going on, Timmy? 12-team Superflex League. Mac Jones and Ayuk. Ooh, an Ayuk question. Mac Jones or Ayuk? Or the 206 and Ollie Gordon. So it's a super flex league. So I'm going to take the Mac Jones side of it. You might have to wait a year because he's most likely going to stay with San Fran, but you might get some games out of him with Purdy's health of recent history.
We also know how the NFL works. He could be traded mid-season. Like, I mean, if the right team gets the right injury per se.
And honestly, like, as much as we're ripping on Brandon Ayuk, what is Brandon Ayuk? Is he 27? Like, Ollie Gordon is... You saw him lose, not even be the number 2 back once A-Chain got hurt. So, like, what do we even have? I like Ollie Gordon a lot, but the 206, it's a 12-team league. That's the 18th pick in a rookie draft. Like, I don't think you're getting anything there. So I'm taking Mac Jones, and I'm hoping he gets moved, and you can trade Mac Jones. So that's the side I'm taking. Blake, some names still have to sign: Kirk Cousins, Debo, Juwan Jennings, Joey Bosa, Stephon Diggs, Christian Kirk, and Njoku. I think we can all expect Stephon Diggs to be on the wire for a long time with the legal stuff until that gets figured out. He's also an aging receiver that has now played on 4 teams in the last 4 years, 3 teams in the last 4 years. It's a lot of teams. So I like Stephon Diggs. I think he'd be a value for someone. Like, maybe the Bears pick up Stephon Diggs. You know what I mean? A team like that that's like just wants some depth, and like he would be playing the Zacchaeus role. Like, yeah, I'm in for that, opposed to fucking Olamide Zacchaeus. Disgusting.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, with all of them, Kirk Cousins, he'll probably be sitting around until the first injury pops up. Debo, he'll be a late signing just because, just a team after the draft doesn't feel right with their playmaking abilities, and along with Juwan Jennings, both those guys are the same, and Diggs, to be honest. Diggs, I'm with you, though. He'll stick on a little longer. Joey Bosa, I would love the Bears to sign him. Like, I know it's not like he had like 8.5 sacks last year, but just as a gun for hire, you know what I mean? Something like that would be nice to add in along with a rookie pass rusher.
Arvel Reese is a 3-4 edge, but the Cardinals are the only 3-4 team in the top 10 to my knowledge. And he could be converted, but that's a really good call from Slammin. Slammin knows football. We appreciate the comment. So we like our community members to be smart. So Slammin, we appreciate that comment because sometimes I can't think of these things at the top of my head, and you just did. So thank you very much. Caleb ripped off Cole Palmer, Chelsea Palmer, and Trae Young's celebration by rubbing arms. Trae Young. Trae Young's in Washington right now, right? He's in the Wizards.
Yes,
fall from grace. They pretty much paid. They pretty much accepted like nothing to get.
Right. I know. I saw the trade. It was real bad. And by the way, how many people have been doing JJ's celebration? Like, I don't give a fuck, Blake.
Yeah,
you're just being
gritty.
A hater, my brother.
I hate it. Shout out Blake. We love you. He is the media manager on this channel. He is a Packers fan though, so we do appreciate that.
Hater. I'm being a Packers.
You know what's hilarious? Trae Young was drafted. Wasn't Trae Young drafted ahead of Luka Doncic? I believe he was.
Yeah, he was 9th overall. Luka, I think, was 11.
No. Like, it was like 3 overall. It was 2 overall, I think. I think it was that might have been the.
No, you're right. It was 2.
DeAndre Ayton. That was the DeAndre Ayton draft.
Trae.
Gross, dude. Gross. Wally, 49ers be dumb not to trade Mac Jones now with his value, because it's only going to go down if he doesn't play this year, especially with the quarterback class incoming next year. Like, you can get a second. I know they want a first rounder. Like, you're not getting a first rounder for Mac Jones. The only reason you're even getting a second rounder is because his contract's so affordable and so cheap. But take a second round pick, man, is fucking awesome. Like, you just saw like in a player like Micah Parsons fetch 2 1s. Like, I know 2 1s is different than a second rounder, but Mac Jones has been awful his entire career, and he's only done good under one coach, the best coordinator in the NFL. So You're in win now mode too. Take the fucking pick. And then you could trade the pick. You could trade up and get someone. You could trade that second rounder and your first rounder and move up to like the top 10 and get like a difference making player, someone that's going to help you this year.
Maybe I can try to convince you that they're not convinced on Brock. How about that?
Well, they paid him like they're convinced. I know you have to pay these quarterbacks, but
I get that. But I mean, how long are you going to stick around? Just like what they did, done with the Dolphins, bro. I mean, it'll be higher dead cap if they get rid of Brock. I'm just saying though, like, if it's not right and teams fuck up, I would hope that they just take the, just like, dude, look at Denver, okay? They did the same exact shit with Russell Wilson. They were a smart enough organization to get near the Super Bowl. So they're AFC Championship, Final Four. That was what, 2 years ago?
I can't believe what Denver's done. Like they traded draft picks
2 years ago, right? 2 years ago they did
and
that.
They traded picks for Sean Payton too. So they essentially, I know ended up being a good move, but like I'm not for trading draft picks for head coaches. Like they did that, and they just mortgaged their future for Russell Wilson, and like they've recovered from that greatly. I mean, they're in a great spot going forward. Shit, man, if Bo Nix didn't get hurt, they're in the Super Bowl, in my opinion. They win that game. Chiefs could pick up an edge still. I think they only have 2 starters, no depth at all. They also don't have any cornerbacks on their roster right now. I don't think they have a single cornerback under contract. But they're a cornerback factory. They keep on turning these guys out. L'Jarius Sneed, remember him? Like, and then they got value for him. Now the Titans just released L'Jarius Sneed. Like 2 years after, like these guys fall off fast.
Dude,
that was my Sauce Gardner thing. Like they fall off.
Bring this up to you. Nashawn Wright from the Bears, $5.5 million from the Giants or some team out east. Did you see that?
What's that?
The dude, Nashawn Wright, the cornerback for the Bears, the interceptions.
Oh, yeah.
A
Super
1 year
cheap contract.
Dude, and also Brisker.
Was it $5.5 million?
I think both of them, Nashawn Wright and Brisker, were 1 year, $5.5 million. It's like, come on, Bears. I don't know. In my opinion, it's like, resign those fucks, but they're gone. So good luck to them.
I still think the Lions are in play for Max Crosby, and don't buy all this Max Crosby, I'm a Raider thing. Like he's saving face, they're saving face, but like they want to trade Max Crosby. They're going to trade Max Crosby. There's only a couple teams left. I think the Cowboys might still be able to make it happen. Bears, Lions, Seahawks.
Abner Schefter said they're done. They have no money for him. They can cap space. They don't actually have the money for him. So it Bears ain't happening.
Eagles. I can see Howie Roseman doing some magic. And if they traded AJ Brown and they cut Dallas Goedert, they could probably afford it.
More importantly, what the Raiders asked for. Good call on the Eagles, real quick. Jalen Carter. They've been talking about wanting to get rid of. They want a player in return. The Raiders apparently. That's why the Bears were a team they were talking about, because the Bears wanted to get rid of DJ Moore for the cap space thing. So this would make a lot of sense that maybe, especially, dude, fucking Jalen Carter in Vegas, man, he might as well just be in his own fucking little heaven over there and just get arrested and be out of the league faster. Just because
they
the field shit. But
so Jalen Carter in a 1 would probably get it done.
Yes,
that might be too much, honestly. But I actually like that better than 2-1.
Yeah.
The issue is, can Jalen Carter operate on a team that's not the Eagles? They have a strong locker room. They don't have a strong head coach, but he's spitting on people, bro. Like he's already making these mistakes on the Eagles. So is he going to mature?
He's got a lot of college teammates on the Eagles, and he can't still you know what I mean? No. That's why the Bears didn't draft him, and people are still mad about that. On the Bears fans, it's like, well, Darnell Wright was a second team All-Pro this year.
All right, we're gonna Ray. I gotta see what you're eating here in a second. I'm gonna hit you guys with the intro. We got to go through we have a top 3 winners and losers each for fantasy, based on free agency. I'm gonna hit you guys with the intro and then be back in 30 seconds. All right, so let's see what Ray's eating here. Here we go, Ray. What do you got for us? I'm guessing tacos. What is that? Shrimp.
Broccoli and rice pilaf.
Huh. That's the healthiest meal I've ever seen you eat in this program.
Yeah, well, in reality, dude, I could eat just grilled vegetables and some sort of meat all the time. I do love, my potatoes and rice and all that with the carbs, but if it really came down to it, I could just eat grilled vegetables and grilled meat like every day. It's just not fun that way.
No,
good.
we want
hey, just kebabs, bro. Just kebabs is so everybody. There's a place me and Rob grew up. It's called Just Kebabs. All they do is kebabs. It's a Mediterranean restaurant, but it's so fucking solid. You can get 3 kebabs with rice pilaf, potatoes, pita, and a Greek or Mediterranean salad for like $12, $13. So good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Fucking delicious,
Just
man.
terrible spot for location. But
yeah. Bad location. Takes a long time to get your food, but it's fucking well worth it. Well worth it. I haven't shown Helen Hunt in a little bit. Say hello to Helen. Hi, Helen.
Hello, Helen.
Shout out to the Patreon bros. Appreciate you guys. Support your boys here because we're on pretty much every single night. You're gonna see me every night. You're gonna see Ray, Storey, Chaz, Nick O. You're gonna see TD, Tom, all the peeps, all the people, as well as Mouth, who's been coming on from Downtown Sports.
Shout out.
Mouse South. A lot of different perks in this bad boy besides just supporting us. If you want to play fantasy leagues with us, with the community, we're going to have a dynasty startup coming up here in a month. We have 1 spot left for that. Access to the Discord community, guest appearances on the pod if you want to come on the show, free merchandise giveaways. I give away this hat. One of these hats I sent it to you for free. I got shirts coming here later this month, so look forward to that. And access to my early betting plays, boys. 96 and 58. All that was last year. All-time 205 and 125. Even odds, player props bets. I know it's a ways away. We're gonna have some NFL props though, NFL draft props when the NFL draft comes, and we usually do pretty well. Storey crushes that. We're gonna have about 10 of those plays if you want to get down on those. I am offering a special as well to new subscribers and new listeners to the show. If you're interested in joining the community, ask anyone in the chat. They're all in there. $2 a month for the Discord. If you're a new listener, $5 a month gets you Discord and access to the bets. And then there's the other tiers here. Just go to the website, professionalfanatics.com. Go to the link in the description. If you want to go to the Patreon, check all that out. I'll get you in there tonight whenever you sign up. And come hang out with us. You have access to every single co-host, all 7 co-hosts, and myself, as well as Mouth, as well as the rest of the community. So professionalfanatics.com. Yeah. What do we call it? Called the Discord community. It's the place to be.
What do you call it, Kramer? It was. Come on, Rudy. Come on. We call it the place. The place to be. Yes.
The place to be.
Thank you, GT. Thank you, my dude.
Shout
all
out,
right.
brother.
Do we have any subs? If you have not subbed to the channel, do that. We need 20 total 20 total subs and super chat dollars, and we'll do a draft here at the end of the show. We've already done 12 of them. I'll also go through all my exposures, and you can see who I've been drafting early on, who I like, who I hate. We'll see if we get that done. Otherwise, we will be on again tomorrow night. So we have to go through our list, Ray. I asked you to come together with 3 losers, 3 winners, post free agency. We'll start with winners. My first winner, Ashton Genty. You mentioned the Linderbaum signing. It's also Mendoza, with 99% chance he's going there. So no matter who they had, it would be better quarterback play than what they got from Geno last year. And also Clint Kubiak coming in there.
Better
like Pete Carroll's, dude, their offensive line coach was Pete Carroll's son. That's all I got to say. It was essentially me and you being their offensive line coach.
Bill Belichick with his son. And Bill Belichick's son's probably better than Pete Carroll's son, but still, that's bad. Bad look.
And there's a chance that Max Crosby might be there. So that right. Wasn't supposed to happen. A healthy Max Crosby, Kwity Paye, Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean, a lot of defensive signings. So the fact they're going to be in these games and have better. Now, I think they're going to win 2 or 3 games, but they might be more competitive, which in that division, yeah. Maybe 4 games. I'm saying, but they could be that team that loses a lot of games, 21-27.
Like being the top 3 the next season again type of team. If not even overall again.
But I think they'll be competitive, and I think with Clint Kubiak, he's going to be more, he's just going to have better scheme for Ashton Genty. Everything lines up. The workload's safe. Like, they need to protect their quarterback. How to protect your quarterback? Run the ball with your bowling ball of a running back that's 225 pounds. So for me, Ashton Genty is a locked and loaded first-round pick. That's where he went last year, which is funny, but I'll take him at 8. I'll take him at 9.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take him at 10, actually. It's St. Brown at 9, then I'm looking at him. I'm not taking Justin Jefferson. I'm taking him. I'm not taking Malik Neighbors because of the injury. I'm taking a true workhorse running back that has 65, 70 catch potential in that offense. Who is your first winner, Ray?
I just want to say real quick, what is your opinion with Tom Brady lately, like with his pull on that team? Like, you feel like he's gotten, like, as they say, he's full control. Does it seem like to you?
No, I mean, he's not. He's a minority owner, but it's Tom Brady,
that,
so his minority status is like full owner.
Right.
Yeah, I prefer having a guy like Tom in my building. You know what I'm saying? Than not having him. And he knows ball, and I think they're headed in the right direction. So I'm pretty happy. So who's your first name?
I would say that as much as I know that people will say maybe the O-line is not to where it was, but I would do obviously just like, Tiny Dancer, man, going to the Chiefs, just being able to help open up that team with a pass game, and with Isaiah Pacheco being gone, taking away the goal line, touches. I'm not gonna. He'll have, I think, as good of a season as he did last year in a different way, if that makes sense. Just because the teams run a bit, not even a bit different, is different. With the passing game, with Mahomes and all that. But I mean, not necessarily my number one, winner, but just in general, I think he's definitely a winner for fantasy wise, because he's still going to be able to keep up his production, in my opinion. And again, it'll be in a different way. He might have more touchdowns, a little more touches on the pass game.
Well, he'll definitely have more touches, and follow the money, man. They're paying him. They're going to fucking use him. There's no reason to save him. They're not going to sign him to a second contract after this. That's why it was weird that the Seahawks kind of had the training wheels on him. And it was a lot of Zach Charbonnet. I understand that. But like, if their whole plan the whole time was to not sign Kenneth Walker and keep Zach Charbonnet on your team as the future, you generally want to run the guy into the ground that you're not going to re-sign. But I think what happened is he wasn't supposed to get this money. He wouldn't have gotten this money. But the Super Bowl run was so all-time. He probably made $5 million extra a year. He probably would have gotten $10 million, right? $12 million. He got 15 because what we saw, recency bias. So I love it. He's at currently running back 12 in best ball. I could see him going easily top 10, top like eighth running back overall. I feel like by the time the season starts, especially if Mahomes reports come back positive. All right, my second winner, I wanted to put Alec Pierce on here, just based on the fact that he makes so much money. They're going to want to try to make it work and force feed that guy so his numbers look better. But I feel like he was already going to go relatively high based on the year he had last year. It was only 47 catches, but he had 1,000 yards, right? He made some big splash plays on the stretch. So my winner is Josh Downs, man, because Michael Pittman's gone. They made that foolish trade, that the Sauce Gardner trade, and what went on, kind of under the radar in that trade was Adonai Mitchell was a throw-in. And so they would love to have Adonai Mitchell now, because right now the receiving room is literally Alec Pierce as their one, who is not a true number one, Josh Downs, and then the tight end, right? Tyler Warren. And Jonathan Taylor, I love him to death, but he's not an elite pass catcher out of the backfield. So like, and also the other thing as a winner is Daniel Jones is coming off an Achilles and they re-signed him. So like, what is he going to struggle most with coming back? Probably they're going to want to get the ball out of his hands quicker. They're not. Alec Pierce is going to be tougher because he requires, 5-step drops and deep ball, deep outs, deep in breakers, go routes. Like Josh Downs, quick hitters. So for me, Josh Downs' playing time is definitely a lot safer than it has, but that's been the one problem. He has been a metric bros darling the last couple of years because that dude gets open. He wins every underneath route. He is so hard to cover. It's just he doesn't see the field because Michael Pittman and him overlapped in terms of the routes they ran. And when they had 12 personnel, he was off the field. Now he'll be on the field in 12 personnel unless they bring someone in the draft, but they don't have a first-round pick. So Josh Downs for me is going to be a really sneaky pick. I am loving Josh Downs. Who is your second name?
Tootin. How do you say his first name? Bayshall?
Bayshall.
Yeah, Bayshall too, man. I already liked it personally going into last year. I liked him more than ETN. ETN coming out of college, I believed in, but then he just never really showed it. I know he had injuries that lingered and, hampered him in the beginning of his career. And he obviously turned it on the last couple of years. Tootin's got much better breakaway speed and big game play, potential than Tootin does. I'm not exactly. I mean, maybe you can help me out. I'm not exactly sure how his receiving skills are compared to Tootin. I'm sorry, compared to ETN. I would assume it's a little less. Maybe maybe not equal, but not trash. Like you say, like compared to JT. JT can't really catch like as well per se.
So I took Tootin in every early best ball. The first 4 I drafted, I took him in before the trade or before ETN with the Saints, and I'm very happy about that. But so I was on this program touting Tootin, dude. You guys all know that literally for like a week and a half straight, even before the ETN move, and then once that happened, and then I wanted to, I like to fact check myself a little bit and kind of just rewatch things. And I went back, and there's a YouTube video, guys. It's every touch. I don't like watching the highlights. A 4-minute video. Everyone looks good in their highlights, man. So I watched every touch from Bartelt Tootin. He's bad. He's bad. I'm so pissed because I've been touting him for a week and a half. And I was seeing that he was starting to go in the 5th round in these best ball drafts. And I'm like, I can't get there right now, especially when they brought in Chris Rodriguez. They might still bring someone else in. They love Quinn Allen, who is an elite pass blocker. But dude, Bartelt Tootin, now he is what fantasy dreams are made of. He is 5'9", 215, 4.3 speed, pretty good pass catcher. He's not a great route runner. He's like an Isaiah Pacheco type, maybe a Isaiah Pacheco plus. Pretty decent hands, but he's not like going to be running wheel routes or anything like ETN was. But he's going to catch what you throw to him. But man, watching the film back, Bartelt Tootin has bad balance. He has bad vision. He just looked like a rookie, and he might be able to fix that. But unfortunately, Chris Rodriguez has a history with Liam Cohen at Kentucky, and I would not draft him in the 5th round. He is an obvious winner of this, but in terms of where he's going in fantasy drafts, man, it scares the hell out of me. And I'm glad I watched that film now. Usually I watch all my film in like July and August leading up to the redraft season, but I started sprinkling in some guys that I'm not as familiar with, younger guys that didn't see the field that much. And what we saw from Bartelt Tootin in terms of a fantasy running back last year, he flashed and it was good. What we saw in red zone and all that kind of stuff, he did look good because he's fast and he's big. But if you really dive into every touch, there's some tiny dancer stuff in there. And maybe I can change the graphic from Kenneth Walker to Bartelt. But you know what? He was a rookie. So I'm just telling you what I saw in last year's film. It's understandable, but unfortunately, they're in win now mode with Liam Cohen, and you saw it with Rachaad White, like with Tampa Bay, right? Liam Cohen said like Rachaad White was coming off an not all-time year, but he had 300 touches. He was a starting running back, and they literally gave the reins to Bucky Irving, a 4th round pick, right? Who no one liked coming out because of size and he was super slow. And you've seen the precedent of Liam Cohen saying, fuck it, I'm going to go with the best guy. And there's a chance Chris Rodriguez is the best guy, I guess, which is very damning because Chris Rodriguez is just a guy. But I think he's a little better than just a guy. Watching his film back as well, he is pretty similar to Tyler Algier. So, yeah.
I would just say, I guess, let's wait and see what happens in the draft for where if they draft a running back in the top 4 rounds, that will tell me a lot.
All right. My third guy is Travis Etienne, actually. And again, I've been, as much as I was like touting Bartelt Tootin, I was ripping on Etienne. I'm not an Etienne guy, but looking at what they have there, if Alvin Kamara is the second guy, which I don't even know he's gonna be on this team, he is pretty cooked. Like they don't have it's just not good. And they have nothing else there. They also are not going to spend any draft capital at running back because they spent $13 million, 4 years, $52 million on Etienne. And like, I just don't know where the touches are going to go besides Etienne. And I could see him getting more workload than he had last year, right? Like more carries. And this could be a 270 touch player. And as much as I don't think he's a great player, I think he's a pretty bad goal line back. Audric Estime's there. I mean, he could steal goal line work, but he's kind of inefficient for the size of the goal line. Taysom Hill's gone. He's going to retire. Yeah, he's not coming back to the team in general. So give me Travis Etienne, man. Also, running back 7. Yeah, Chuck can run it. Running back 17 for Travis Etienne. That's super good value right now. And I just think he's a giant winner. And I'm saying that with not liking Travis Etienne's film, not liking him. I liked him when he came out of Clemson. I loved his film at Clemson. He has just never lived up to that. And so for me, it's just a big winner because just pure volume. I know what I'm getting there. And as a 3rd to 4th round running back, that I'm comfortable with him as my RB1 if I go wide receiver. Who's your third name?
I'm split in between two receivers, Mika Ibuka and Christian Watson, because Mika Ibuka, obviously, with Mike Evans leaving, and he, I mean, I think you and I agreed over the season as we were watching Mika Ibuka after he had that quad injury that really hampered him, his explosiveness and his everything, So now he'd be coming back healthy. And then with Christian Watson with Romeo Dobbs leaving, and I'm not a Matthew Golden guy. And any of those other peeps, like Christian Watson is better than any of them. Not to say that I would believe more in Mika Ibuka than Christian Watson, but maybe for where the draft capital would be going, maybe Christian Watson would be a good, a good option instead of spending. I mean, Mika Ibuka at this point, I would be willing to bet it's probably coming. You can tell me even even doing drafts, I'd be willing to bet, I don't know, what, 5th to 3rd round?
Yeah, fifth or 6th round for Ibuka, and
Okay.
Watson's right around the same range. So the question is, can Ibuka play, and was it the injury that hampered him, or is he just not that, is he
Right.
not a one? And Chris Godwin's going to offer him a little bit of grace there as that veteran presence, and Kate Otton's underneath and all that kind of stuff. They'll bring someone in. McMillan, I think McMillan might actually be the answer to this over Ibuka, just based on value, because McMillan really showed out. Like, he showed out the first 2 years, and like he's actually looked better in limited time than Roma Dunze. You know what I mean? They both played at Washington. But yeah, Ibuka, he has all the opportunity in the world, 1st round pick. And then Christian Watson, I'm warming to Matthew Golden in best ball at least, because he is a speedster and he could have some big weeks. But Christian Watson, man, I went back and actually watched another guy I watched hit every play from last year recently, and Christian Watson's a monster. He is. I know he had the hamstring injury for all those years, and he had he went to that specialist, and they realized that his legs are different lengths, and like that was why he was having these hamstring problems. And again, he stayed pretty healthy coming back. It was a limited time because he started the year like week 7, but that was encouraging. And dude, he's a true number 1 receiver. Jaden Reed is always going to be a gadget guy. Matthew Golden is a ways away. I'll say that for Matthew Golden as a polished NFL receiver. Tucker Kraft's coming off an ACL. Like, we love Jordan Love. I mean, the running game, like, they got Emmanuel Wilson's gone now. Josh Jacobs is a year older. He wasn't particularly impressive last year. So this is like Christian Watson smash zone for me. I think he could have, all he does is catch touchdown. Like even the first couple years, he was scoring touchdowns, dude, at like a crazy rate. 8 touchdowns, 9 Last year, I want to say he had 6 touchdowns in like 10 games. And that was with Jordan Love not playing his best football. I still think Jordan Love is a sneaky guy for the MVP conversation. Like, and I'm not the biggest Love guy, but like with that defense, the way to win MVP is you got to win 13 games. You got to win your division. You got to be a quarterback. And he has the first 2 things are pretty possible. And Jordan Love has these seasons and these stretches of these seasons where he goes on heaters, and it's amazing. Then he has these games where he just looks terrible. But like, Jared Goff is a good example of a guy that will never win MVP just because he is going to do what he does every year. It's going to be 4,300 yards. It's going to be 36 touchdowns. Like, he can't level up anymore. Jordan Love is younger. He is more athletic. He can level up. If he cleans up some of those inconsistencies, Jordan Love is going to dominate, and Christian Watson is going to be the number 1 beneficiary of that, and Tucker Kraft down the line. So let's get to our losers. So my number 1 loser, Caleb Johnson. I think it might be done for him because, obviously he was in the doghouse, the Tomlin doghouse, because that stupid kick return fumble he had, which makes no sense to even add him returning kicks. I love Caleb Johnson out of Iowa. And then it looked like, okay, he could be in a committee with Jalen Warren. They could bring in like a day 3 rookie. And then they go and sign Rico Dowdle. And Rico Dowdle is a very similar player to Caleb Johnson. They're not gonna go away from Warren. Warren's gonna play the Gainwell role. Rico Dowdle's gonna play the banger role. And he needs an injury just to be in a timeshare. Now, Mouth was on here saying that he thinks Caleb Johnson will take over this backfield. There is a chance. If he is that guy, he will. Cream will rise. But as of now, Caleb Johnson has the stink of this guy that just might never be able to get his career off the ground. Like it was over before it started. And it looks like Trey Benson's in that same kind of conversation. So it sucks, man. If you're a dynasty owner of Caleb Johnson, like you didn't think it'd get any worse after last year because, okay, they were going to get rid of Gainwell was going to be too pricey for them. Jalen Warren's getting older. Now they're bringing Rico Dowdle. Like it got worse, guys. So Caleb Johnson, rip Caleb Johnson. I'm still drafting him in the round of some of these best ball drafts. just because I think there's a chance that they do, let's say they're bad or they just want to give him a look down the stretch. I think he has the talent and he has the prototype of a guy that can be a 3-down back. Not the best receiving back, but he can block. He can actually hit a home run for his size, but as of right now, he is very blocked in the depth chart. So who is your first guy, Ray?
I mean, it hurts for me to say because I love the guy, but Bucky Irving with Kenneth Gainwell going there because that's what made Bucky Irving very attractive was that he was a well-rounded, full, he can do all three downs. You know what I mean? Pass, run, block, all that. Well, you bring in Kenneth Gainwell, who is an elite, receiving running back. I'm not going to sit here and say that Bucky's getting nothing for the catching, but it's going to hamper the hell out of it. And it's going to make him a low-end running back 1 potential to a upside running back 2 to a more likely solid running back 2 will be where he will land because of that.
He's gonna be a 3rd-round pick though, late 3rd, mid 3rd, early.
I'm not
4th,
doing that.
Late.
Just with Kenneth Gainwell, I'm not doing that either. Like I'm not doing that.
I took him in a couple best balls when I went wide receiver, just because
sure.
I think there's a chance he regains his form. And last year was a lost year on many fronts. The injury, some of the mental health stuff he dealt with, losing Liam Cohen, and the offense in general taking a step back. The offensive line was beat up for a while.
One thing I will say,
for me, I'm not as worried about Kenneth Gainwell, Ray, because Rashad White was already there. Now, Kenneth Gainwell is probably a better player than Rashad White and definitely a better receiver than Rashad White. But for me, it's Sean Tucker. If Sean Tucker stays, which it's a 50-50 chance, then it's like end of the world for the dynasty owners of Bucky Irving and redraft owners. Like it's because now you're looking at sharing goal line carries with Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker still getting a little bit of work, and then Kenneth Gainwell is going to be on the field in every 3rd down when they're trailing. Like so, now you're looking at the snap share we pretty much saw last year. It was like a 55%, 60% Bucky, but it was between the 20s. And the problem with Bucky is he's not a guy that has the juice to break long touchdown runs. So how are you scoring touchdowns?
I've seen it. I mean, at least not runs. I'll give you that. No, I mean he does 50. I've seen him do it, 50, 60-yard. Bombs, but I mean,
he's
not the 70,
kind of capable,
80.
but he is literally a 4.6 guy, and like he gets
maybe
caught
not
from
the
behind.
maybe not the 80-yard or 70-yard, but
he's just not a break. He's not Jahmyr Gibbs, right? He's not. There's only a handful of guys. He's not Travion Henderson, right? Like so, he is not scoring most likely from the 50-yard line. Like, he needs to score from the fucking 12-yard line and the 6-yard line, the 2-yard line. If he's not going to get those chances, like you're going to have a lot of those games where it's 17 for 68 and 2 catches. That's 9 PPR points. When you have 19 touches, like that's hell on earth for fantasy. And also, we still have question marks for this Bucs offense. Losing Mike Evans, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're relying on Cade Otton and Ibuka,
that was one thing that I was sort of thinking as I was talking is that maybe Bucky Irving might be able to luck out and not get as fucked with Kenneth Gainwell's presence because losing Mike Evans. And with Bucky and Kenneth Gainwell being, above average receiving backs, maybe they use them a lot,
together.
Correct.
Yeah, no, that could be nice. It's just for me, it's the Sean Tucker thing, honestly. Like I don't like the Gainwell thing for him, but where he's getting drafted, it's not 2nd round like it was last year. He can be fine at the end of the 3rd round with Kenneth Gainwell having 70 receptions because if there's no Sean Tucker and he can get even 5 touchdowns inside the 5-yard line, right? Not like crazy number, not Derrick Henry number or anything like that. Josh Jacobs, nothing like that. Just give me the hope that he can score some freebies. And right. I do like his ability still. And I'm still pretty high in the Bucs offense. Baker Mayfield is due for a bounce back year. That was worst case scenario last year with the coordinator change 2 years in a row, with the injury with Baker, with the offensive line going down, with Mike Evans being hurt, with Ibuka playing hurt, Chris Godwin not being healthy. That was worst case scenario for the Bucs offense last year.
That's what I'm saying. So now, technically speaking, yeah, Bucky, you got Gainwell, you got Baker, Cade Otton, McMillan, Ibuka, and Godwin. That doesn't sound so bad on paper.
No,
injury-wise, it doesn't sound good. But if they can play 80% of the year and be healthy at the end of the year, that team could be very well right in the middle of the mix. So.
All right. Second name for me, Trey Benson. This is kind of a free one, so I'm going to just gloss over this and have this as an honorable mention. It's signing Algier. restructuring Connor. It's just the writing's on the wall. They don't like Trey Benson. He is not impressed in his limited duty. He was doing great the first 4 weeks as the ancillary piece to James Conner last year. He was impressive. And then the first game he gets starting job, he's hurt. His rookie year wasn't great. I don't get it because, he was I think the first pick of the 3rd round 2 years ago in the NFL draft. But that was the worst running back year ever. That was the Jonathan Brooks year. It was Jonathan Brooks was a 2nd round pick as first running back off the board. It was Trey Benson as the 2nd running back off the board. So I know you could say 3rd round running back. We didn't have a lot of hope. We did because he was the 2nd best prospect that year. Albeit in a bad running back class, I don't care. I just don't see it. Again, there's another guy I might take some shots on when he falls. Right now, he's going like pick 145 in underdog. If he falls to that 160, 170 range, with how bad this team's going to be, like they should not be giving James Conner any work when they are 1-8. Like they should, but it is the Cardinals, but they should not be doing that. Therefore, Trey Benson, they want to get a look at him, maybe even, kind of flash him for the rest of the league. So maybe they can get a 4th round pick, 5th round pick for him next year. But so that's an honorable mention. I'm going to go to my actual second is Devin Achane. And the offense is going to be bad. Miami's bad. As much as I do like Malik Willis is going to pull, like, I think those games where Achane had 6 and 7 receptions are gone because Tua is the opposite. He never looked to run. It was literally, what did he do? If there was nothing open, he just checked the ball down to Achane. Like, Malik Willis is an aggressive quarterback that looks downfield. He also is a guy that is not quite Justin Fields scramble, like in terms of like volume of scrambles, but he's close, man. I was watching Malik Willis's film as well, and very impressive. I was very impressed with Malik Willis. He's a guy I love coming out of Liberty.
Watching him against the Bears. I mean, I know the Bears D sucked last year, but nonetheless, he tore the asshole last year. So,
and it's not that he's not willing to check the ball down. Like he will. It's a little bit better than Justin Fields in terms of percentage of checkdowns, but he's going to have 6 or 7. Maybe 8 quarterback runs a game. And that is probably 3 less targets for Achane per game.
Chucky's wondering what the fuck are we rambling about.
Talking about football, Chucky. What do you want to talk about? Give us a topic. We'll talk about whatever you want. Achane is going in the 1st round in fantasy drafts. That's unreal to me. And he also loses some goal line touches to Ollie Gordon last year. So now you're losing some goal line work to Ollie Gordon. Achane's not a good goal line back. Also not a guy, if you really like him, he's the most important part of your offense. Do you really want to risk running him into the defensive line all those times down the goal line? So it's just 1st round for me. I am so out on Devin Achane, and that's just worst case scenario. I know Malik Willis makes the team better, but if they had brought in Geno Smith, for instance, I would like Geno Smith for Achane much more than Malik Willis.
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
So Achane, big loser. Who is your second name?
I'm still thinking about this, but I'll just say Michael Pittman Jr. just because don't know who the quarterback is. That's a slow team. So, and he's slow. I mean, he's solid. We know what he can do. He's good at what he can do, but his ceiling is very limited. And him going there, I mean, it's a name that I feel like I just personally won't be touching him unless I can get him like pretty damn late. But I think people, especially what they do with quarterback, assumingly if Rodgers comes back with McCarthy there, people will just be like, oh, it's always the names. So I'm just saying, I don't think he'll be a bust, but depending where he'll be drafted, he will be a bust.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I still have my DK Metcalf love, but I feel like I probably would still rather have Pittman because he's going to go way later. That it has to be Aaron Rodgers though with Pittman. It has to be Aaron Rodgers, and who knows, man? Like he's going to do this every year. Just wait to the last hour.
We're just talking about that, man. I'm gonna say what if Rodgers like, yeah, I'm out. I know, but I'm just saying that could be that too.
You saw what happened to Drake London. Now Drake London was also injured, but you saw Drake London with Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is no zip on the ball anymore. And Michael Pittman needs to have. He doesn't have any separation, so big slot receiver like that would not work with Kirk Cousins. All right, my last name is Dalton Kincaid, Ray, and there's a couple reasons why he can't stay healthy. Has never stayed healthy. Multiple MCL injuries the last 2 years, and then Dawson Knox was supposed to be gone. Like they said they were going to release him. They said they were going to do something with him. He's on the team again. So now you have Dawson Knox back there who Josh Allen loves, especially in the red zone, and DJ Moore. And they might draft another receiver. Maybe Keon Coleman makes, a stride or two to be relevant. So Dalton Kincaid is still going top 10 for tight ends. Like I would have, if Dawson Knox just left, I would have loved Dalton Kincaid, but I'm telling you, Dawson Knox is not, he's going to see the field, and all that does is just take Dalton Kincaid down to like a 55% snap share player, which he has to be so goddamn efficient per route and catch touchdowns to return any value based on where you have to draft him. And I think people are going to look at the stats last year, and on a per game basis, he had 6-7 touchdowns, only played 13 games. Like, it looked good. He was the number one target, but that was because they literally had nobody. Nobody. Khalil Shakir was it. That was it. And now they have DJ Moore and still have Khalil Shakir, and they will bring in somebody else in the draft, probably day 2 is my guess. Who is your last name, Ray?
Michael Penix Jr., man. Drafted 2 years ago, 8th overall. He's had major injury late last year. Bring in Tua, 1-year minimum contract. In reality, if you're the Falcons, you want Tua to kill it. You'd rather just give Tua the money than just, if Penix were to come out, have a good year, but he hasn't shown it before, or you give him all that money and then you get fucked. You know what I mean? Like, they did draft him. I get that. But at the same time, there's new leadership there. To be honest, I don't think they give a fuck about Penix. That's why they brought in Tua, Ian Cunningham, and Matt Ryan. So if I had to guess, Penix is gone before they can have his 5th-year option vetted. So
what do you think Matt Ryan, like, think of the player Matt Ryan was. What does he value for his quarterback? If we could just throw a guess out there, because we have never seen him in any role. It's a cerebral, quick processor, quick release kind of guy. Michael Penix is none of those things. He's not accurate. He has a giant arm, but bad footwork. He does not read the field well. He's really erratic. Like, he's the opposite of what Matt Ryan wants. And Tua's a little bit more of that player. But I just thought of something funny when you're talking about those two quarterbacks. Like, there's a chance that they don't have it. Like, they have 2 guys right now that are relatively young, right? Tua's 29, I want to say, and Penix was an old rookie, but he's still going to be a 3rd-year player. But they are both 1 injury away from being out of the NFL, because Michael Penix now has had 3 ACLs in his career going back to college. Indiana, Washington, and then now in the pros.
And we know the concussions are not.
And the hip injury. Tua had the hip injury coming out. So it's like, dude, they both are 1 injury away from being out of the NFL. So it's just crazy. They have 2 guys that were pretty blue chip players. Tua was top, tank for Tua was a thing.
Can you remember, Rob, I really think that you will agree with me. This might be the first time in our lifetime that we can seriously sit here and think that a team openly brought in 2 lefty quarterbacks to basically compete.
Yeah, because there's no lefty quarterbacks.
That's what I mean. When they signed Tua, I laughed. I was like, holy shit. They had the system set up for a lefty quarterback. Their lefty quarterback got hurt. The other lefty quarterback who's in the NFL, who's halfway decent, got released, and he can go for the league minimum, and boom. That's exactly what happened. He didn't have to move far. You know what I mean? Miami to Atlanta. Probably didn't even move. Fucking just kept his house in Miami. Fuck it. You got that much money.
Jay, do you have your last name? Who's your last name? Was that your last name?
Yeah, that was my 3rd.
Okay. Let's get the comments here. Jay says, early returns watching best ball drafts. Caleb is going pretty high. Ray may win your bets. Daniels is going even higher, though, and it could even out, but Daniels is going quarterback 3 or 4. Caleb's going quarterback 5 or quarterback 6. I just don't know if he could ever leap him. They might go in the same round, but I think that
I personally find that pathetic. Like, you're really going to, like, after we just saw, I don't know.
It's
like,
no, what it is, it's Caleb's fine with his feet.
The rushing, yeah, I get it.
Jaden Daniels is an elite rushing quarterback, and we've seen Lamar Jackson be the top guy or top 2 quarterback 6 years in a row when he's healthy. Like, just because of the rushing, right? Josh Allen, like, look at all the guys. Like, it's just so hard. Now, Caleb does have that.
It's frustrating. Caleb should be able to rush for 60 yards a game. Easy. 50 to 60 every fucking game. Not even, like, the dude ran for over 20 miles per hour twice this last year. Just, when I saw that, I was very upset, dude, because it's like there's no reason that Caleb shouldn't be in the conversation for, I'm not saying the best, because, like, obviously watching Lamar run different, being, completely different fucking specimen, but.
Hetzer, you guys think Garrett Wilson is good enough talent that he should be drafted high in fantasy or stay the fuck away since Geno Smith would be the quarterback there? See, I don't hate the Geno Smith thing. Like, it's bad for real life, but it's fine. Geno Smith doesn't give a fuck. He will throw picks. Right. He will throw in a double coverage. He will throw downfield. Yep. And yes, to answer your question, Garrett Wilson is an elite talent. I think we've all kind of forgotten, and he's burned a lot of people based on where he's gone in fantasy. He back-to-back years. Remember, back-to-back years, he was a first-round pick when Aaron Rodgers. It was the first year Aaron Rodgers got hurt. He was a top 14, top 13 guy. Not wide receiver, like total pick overall. And then the year after when Aaron Rodgers came back, he was right in that same range. And so, and he's been fine, right? Like 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 80 catches. But that's not worthy of a first-round pick.
Injuries have just hurt him, but like the guy is an elite talent. Just watch him. It's open all the time.
Super, super high on Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna have to look where he's going, but I
Fields
think it's
just
like
sucked. As much as I love Fields as a person, but
he's a end of 4, early 5, 5th round. Like that's awesome. I'm taking Garrett Wilson all fucking day long. I would say 4 to 6 sounds about right. Like Garrett Wilson is a notch below JSN, but it's in terms of talent. Like he really is coming out, and he actually had a stronger start to his career than JSN. So, would it surprise you if he had that nuclear 100 catch? You know, he's not gonna have a lot of touchdowns, but 100 catch, 1,200 yard, 7 touchdown season. Like it wouldn't surprise me. That's how we want to operate in fantasy. We want to take guys that have burned people, right? And he's burned all of us. We've all drafted Garrett Wilson, and I love the player. I do really love the player. And last year was a perfect storm of shit. I feel like he gave up on the team, which it's justified. It's not a Brandon Ayuk situation. Like we all would have given up on that Jets team because their coach takes naps. It was just a terrible situation. The quarterback play there, like what was going on there? I would have given up too because the frustration, it wasn't just from that year. It was the entire career Garrett Wilson's had in New York. They have not done him any favors, and it's just been awful. Like just bad coordinators.
Breece Hall, elite talent, just completely wasted by the Jets.
Alec Pierce is going to get fed because he got a huge fucking bag. That's why I do like Alec Pierce. He's going like wide receiver 36 right now. I do like him. I had Josh Downs on my winners list more just because he's going like wide receiver 50. But like these GMs, we've seen it before. Like, why do you think that they made the trade to keep JJ McCarthy and trade Sam Darnold and not resign Sam Darnold? Because they want to prove they're right. And Chris Ballard is a moron there in Indianapolis. And he's made a lot of bad decisions recently. The Anthony Richardson draft, the Sauce Gardner trade, and now giving Alec Pierce all this money. I can justify Daniel Jones because he's a quarterback and their hands are tied. Alec Pierce, this much money, like I get they had the money, I guess, but like he is the 9th highest paid receiver in the NFL, guys. The 9th. Like what are we doing here, man? Like it's and he's a fine player. I love Alec Pierce, dude. I have been touting Alec Pierce since Cincinnati. I love him. Fucking guy can jump through the fucking. Like he could dunk a ball on like a 12-foot hoop. That's how high his vertical is. He is athletic. He is the blackest white guy in the history of the world, Alec Pierce. Also a great kid. Like this dude is, watch him interview. He is all about the team, never me. So I love the culture fit there. But Alec Pierce for $29 million a year. I love it for fantasy though, because he's going to get, he's not a volume eater. He's not a target earner necessarily, but he's going to get 6 or 7 targets a game. Just based on the fact
he averages over 20 yards of reception. So
right. Yeah. So he's going to put up numbers and definitely a target in fantasy. Let's see. Did you guys see the video of ETN pronouncing his last name correctly? It's supposed to be A-Chain. Yeah. This is like a fantasy football counselor thing.
No. He did
see
release. I didn't actually see the video, but I did hear about he did release a thing like saying that God damn, I can't remember how he said it should be pronounced, but like whatever, bro.
Trade Nights. He says Dimmer and Ray. Not many people know me as that name. Dimmer. Identify yourself. I don't know who you are from your tag, so identify yourself if you could. Let's see.
Trade Nights.
Philly Mike says Juwan Jennings just signed with the Chiefs. Philly Mike's always in here trolling with inaccurate signings. That did not happen. I actually just checked that out. So he did not sign there. That wouldn't be a bad signing for
no, but
the Chiefs.
It'd be coming across our shit, and I don't see nothing on that. So sorry.
Mike Evans leaving fucking sucks for the Bucs, but that wide receiver room is stacked with too much talent. It's one of those things. The Mike Evans leaving, it's almost like they want Ibuka to be up. They must believe in him. They want to see him spread his wings. And with Godwin is pretty much tied there for a couple of years based on the contract he signed. And they're going to have to pay Baker one of these years. So They have to see what they have in Ibuka and see if he can be a true number one. And as long as Mike Evans was there, Mike Evans is always going to be the number one, not just because he's a fan favorite, because Mike Alpha's a fucking dog and an alpha. And Baker loves Mike Evans. Like, you saw him coming back from that collarbone, and the first game back, the game they lost to the Panthers, where he had like 12 targets. Like, that's Mike Evans, man. And I couldn't be happier for Mike Evans because he won a Super Bowl with Tampa, and now you get to go to probably a top 3 destination for his career. It's going to be a Devontae Adams situation with what we just saw with the Rams. And I think the success might be there for the team. I think that the Brock Purdy match is perfect because Brock Purdy is aggressive, dude. He just throws the ball downfield. He doesn't give a fuck. I go back to that week 1 touchdown to Jake Tunges against the Seahawks, where it was 3rd and 4. They were down by 3. He could have just thrown it away. Most quarterbacks would. He just threw it into fucking triple coverage, and luckily it was a touchdown for Tunges. But that's what Brock Purdy does. Big cock Brock. That matches so well. That's one thing he's been missing is a big receiver, right? Like Juwan Jennings is somewhat there. I know he has George Kittle, but George Kittle, believe it or not, does not run a lot of routes there. He is blocking a lot. Mike Evans is going to be on the field every snap. Wide receiver 19 for Mike Evans currently in best ball. I think that is super solid.
Yeah.
Super solid.
I'm in the camp with him. I would rather be late to the party of him being bad than not, but when you break a Jerry Rice record, that's all I got to say, man. He broke a Jerry Rice record.
Those are hard records to break. The guy's the GOAT. Jay says Mac Jones is looking like a loser as it appears that he is staying in San Fran as a backup. Yeah, if you have him in Dynasty, it's upsetting because he would start for a few teams. He'd definitely start for the Jets. I think he would start even over Mendoza. Like, if you were trying to win now, like, I would probably want him over Mendoza rookie year. But you know what? They just want a lot for him, and they're just not going to get it because the perfect landing spot would have been the Vikings. That would have been the spot that you could have seen the Vikings ponying up a 3rd round pick, maybe even a 2nd, or like a 3 and a 5 or something for him. And that's just not happening that they have Kyler. So you know what? With Brock Purdy's injury history, it makes sense because Mac Jones, I feel like, is one of the backups in the league with Kyle Shanahan that's capable of winning a Super Bowl. There's like 4 or 5, maybe, that has to be on the perfect team. And we've seen it with Nick Foles. It's rare.
Tyson Bagent, baby.
You love Tyson Bagent. You just like his tattoos, man.
I mean, I watched him play. He can process pretty damn well. Doesn't have
Spencer says, it's a question for Ray, pretty much. Y'all think Kyle Monangai is the go-to guy for the future in Chicago?
No.
I don't either. Is it because of 7th round draft capital or is his skill set?
Both. It's in the middle. It's a 50-50. Like, Kyle Monangai will be in the NFL for 8 seasons. I'd be willing to bet 6 to 8 seasons. He'll stick around. He's good enough. He's hard nosed. As long as he doesn't have concussion issues, rolling down the hill as he gets going. No. He's not explosive enough. The Bears would not give him another contract to make him the guy. No. Especially with what the Bears did this free agency period, and with the way that Ryan Poles talked, the Bears are looking to make themselves a actual professional team who is good year in and year out, instead of just going for it all for that 1 year, and then that year doesn't go right, and then you set your franchise back another 5-6 years, which the Bears have done all the fucking time. And they're
Can we just give him a round of applause, though? Kyle Monangai for his performance, 7th round rookie last year. It was a very nice performance.
Very nice performance. Very nice and clean performance. A very, very, very nice. Which one of these talented entertainers, who I am not attracted to at all, will be the winner?
I'm not attracted to it all. Epic.
Hedger says a losing season and Aaron Glenn will be gone 100%. I mean, there is no way they have a winning season. I can't see that happening. I think, like, best case scenario for this Jets team in the AFC would be shit, man. What do you think? 7 wins? That's a win for them with this. Their defensive talent's better now, but they're all old. Geno Smith is coming off literally one of the worst quarterback seasons I've seen in a long time. I don't care about the O-line or the weapons. Like, his play was abysmal. He's a year older, new system. I guess a new head coach, new offensive coordinator could help. But he's going to be gone either way because they're not winning. They're not winning 9 games. If they win 8, maybe they retain him, but they should have fired him when he fell asleep at the fucking combine. Like, dude, that's a fireable.
He's a lame duck coach, bro.
like after the year he had to fall asleep at the combine, like what the fuck are we doing with what are the Jets? The Jets,
by the way,
the Jets, this is bad.
The way
this
that
is
somebody
bad.
We got to definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about.
So what is the funnier part about that clip? Frank singing the song or Mac reacting? There is no way better to make people think that you are diddling kids than making a song about now diddling kids.
The second part of the song is the best. You got to be older than my daughter, younger than my wife, got to be big.
It's just no
so fucking great.
Oh god, too good.
Trade says Pierce is the focus. Downs is a 7+ catch per game dude now. Yeah, so I had Josh Downs as my second biggest winner post free agency for fantasy because I've always loved Josh Downs. It's just the problem is he can't get on the field enough because of Pittman and the formations and a little bit of health concerns there with Josh Downs, but Josh Downs is the dog, man. I love his game. And my biggest reason, honestly, is Daniel Jones being hurt and coming back less than 100%, which he will, and dumping the ball down for the first half of the season. So big fan of both. I think both of them are going to be values, though, because that offense, while it won't be what we saw the first 10 weeks of the season, it's still going to be a top 15, top 18 offense. And Jonathan Taylor opens up so much there. Kevin says every team in the NFL has a new stadium or remodel except for Chicago. Do you see them falling off if they move, or just like Oakland to Vegas? No, I don't think the move matters. It's going to piss off the fan base, but like, you know what? The players might like it more because our stadium sucks, and it's inconvenient. It's old. It's decrepit. So
here's the best.
We got to get these players better stadium.
If this is like a known thing, if the Bears were to move in Indiana, like, the Bears only would be playing in Indiana. Everything else, they're working out, they're living. I mean, maybe if players are smart, they just go move to Indiana for tax purposes. But in general, they're not leaving Lake Forest. Like, if people don't know what Lake Forest is, go and look in Lake Forest, Chicago Bears, and their fucking whole entire just big ass operation that going up there. They're not moving that to Indiana if they moved to Indiana, which they're not going. Like, I don't see it. Because J.B. Pritzker wants to become president one day. If he loses the Bears, good luck.
Fuck you, Pritzker.
I'm saying good luck.
Jeez.
Good luck. I'm saying good luck trying to be. I mean, he won't be Newsom or somebody will be over him. I'm just saying, not to get political here, but like, good luck to him to try to run for presidency if you were the guy that had the Chicago Bears leave in Illinois because of your shitty just fumbling of everything, you know? So
that's not how you get votes. I don't think that's how you get votes in politics. You got to make people happy. You got to kiss some babies, right?
Yeah. And again, it's one thing to give the Bears everything, you know, the billionaire, the tax, but that's not what the Bears want. They're trying to work with them in Illinois. It's just like, so yeah.
Good thing Michael Jackson never ran. Good thing Michael Jackson never ran for office because you know how you're supposed to kiss babies. I don't think you're supposed to bang babies.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of banging babies, did you see this in China, dude? Did you see what China did? You know, as much as we rip on China, guys, they get some things right. So apparently they're executing sex fucking criminals. I love this shit. People that fucking with kids, they're publicly executing them. And can we just give a shout out to China? I think the first time we've ever said this in this program, probably the last time we'll ever say this in this program.
Shout out China.
For you know, we've always said this, Ray, about pedos. We want to murder them and kill them. And China's actually doing it. Yeah, wood chipper them. Let's go. I just watched Fargo today, actually. So let's put fucking those motherfuckers in the wood chipper. And China's. I wonder how they executed them. I hope it was a wood chipper. It looks like it's some type of
I would
like
be one of that
shooting
public hangings, but maybe not. I don't know.
It looks like it might be one of those the shooting line, you know, where they just shoot them.
You know, they really what they really need to do is just start bringing back public hangings, because like when you actually see a person die in front of your face, people all of a sudden think to themselves like, maybe I'm a little less inclined to do whatever the fuck is wrong. You know, just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they should do all those kind of things.
I mean,
but,
Rob, you and I, the worst we ever did was buy weed when it was and sell some weed when it was illegal. It's like, okay.
Well, speak for yourself, Ray. Speak for yourself.
Okay,
Thank
sorry,
you
you
for lumping me in
fucked a
with
horse. Oh, did I say that? Oh, my bad. That's a lie.
Fucked a
Everybody.
horse. Fucking a horse. I never paid for it. I never fucked a prostitute. I told you my prostitute story in Vegas. I hung out with her for 5 hours, and she wanted me to pay her. I was like, I'll bang you. I will not pay for it. We hung out for 5 hours. She finally was like, Are you gonna pay? Are you gonna pay for it? I'm like, no, for the 10th time, and she left. That was my hooker story.
Are you sure you didn't cry the entire time? Sort of like, what movie was that? Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. The Kumar's just crying the entire time. I tell you, he's gonna be the big pimp.
No, I didn't cry. I was just playing Keno and getting hammered and just like talking to this whore and asking her stories about her horror adventures, and like it was pretty entertaining. Like she got some good stories.
Chode you ever had? How many midgets have you fucked?
Oh, just a bunch of. I forget the questions I asked, but yeah, there was a lot of them. Okay, we'll talk about a couple more things here. I will do a draft. We only have one super chat dollar and one sub. So we have two of 20. That is not a very good ratio. Here's Helen Hunt. Hello, Helen. How you doing?
Oh yeah, did you see the new
let's give
jerseys?
A better picture. No, I didn't. Are they sick?
They had new jerseys and a new logo. They are pretty sick. When I first saw on their reveal thing, my first initial thought is it sort of looked like the Dolphins jersey, but because it's like it's such like the blue and that teal green, that like Miami teal green, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and say it was exact. It was just like at first glance, but no, I mean I like them for it's more sleeker and updated looking.
100%. I have one other thing I want to talk to you about, but we have our goal here, guys. We can meet this. I will do a draft. Otherwise, I'll do a couple more minutes in the show, and you'll see Big Ray for the second half of tomorrow's show. Do a little crosstalk with Nick O. Nick O will start the show, and then Big Ray will finish it, and it'll be a good show. Thank you, Jonathan, with a $2 banger. Appreciate you. Hetzer, help fund this. Hetzer, I have answered 1,000 of your questions. I feel like that's a pretty good ratio. You're getting some good-ass value from this show. Not saying I love you, Hetzer. That's just a lot of questions to answer. I have to ask you about this. Did you hear about Steven Spielberg, what he said about aliens?
No, go on.
So Steven Spielberg said confidently, you're going to love this, confidently said that he believes there's aliens among us, like aliens are here. Not that they've been here, like they're here among us. And he's 79 years old and has made multiple like alien movies, right? But like, bro, what do you think about that? I just want to hear your reaction about this, because this is, I think you know where I lean.
Yeah, this is just the elites telling us the loud part or the what they say is the silent part out loud, meaning saying something that they shouldn't be saying out loud that we all know, but when somebody like that says that, really just affirms of what we're thinking and we already know. Because I mean, the Epstein files have been showing us Matt Groening is on the Epstein list. So that just completely proves everybody's like, how do the Simpsons know this shit? Well,
so you believe that there's alien? You think he knows?
Oh yeah, big time. Spielberg is big, man. He's way too big. That dude knows way too much shit.
Do you know about the fuel mass speed of light issue? Like the whole like equation that's like makes it impossible to go far. Like at current technology we have, I know we're kind of like in the Stone Ages compared to the interstellar species, but like we can't even go to Mars and back. Dude, that's the second closest planet to us. We can't even go to Mars and back.
Yeah, but I do call bullshit on that to a point. Like just in general, Rob, all the technology. Let's put it this way. I am more willing to believe most of the technology we see in movies such as Star Wars, and I'm talking that fucked up shit. Not necessarily like, no, I will go as far. The hovercraft, it doesn't matter. That type of technology is more what is readily available, just not shown to us to give us bogged down to think that we're not as intelligent as we are, because there are aliens. We have reverse engineered all these different things all over the world for years and decades. The technology that is readily available is so much more advanced and crazy. People wouldn't even be able to comprehend it, including us.
Well, I'm not trying to say I don't believe. I know that I can't ever say.
I'm not saying
anything
you
with
don't.
certainty,
I'm
but
just more saying
99.9% chance that there's been billions of different civilizations out there. It's just like the math adds up to that. But the distances in space, and like I said, the problem with interstellar travel is the more fuel you have, the more mass you have, and the more mass you have, the more fuel you need. So it essentially multiplies. So like the closer you get to the speed of light, you need infinite fuel, and infinite fuel requires infinite mass, and like those two things are counteractive. So like you just can't travel close to the speed of light. You can't even get 10% of the speed of light.
But Rob,
if you're talking about even 10 light years, dude, that's going to take like 180 years. Like now you have a generation ship. Generation ships don't work because people are living and dying on the ship, like, and especially talking about like thousands of years. Then the people that you send, like the civilization you think you had, we're not the same people because now evolution comes in, and like we're in a ship. We have no sunlight. We have no vitamin D. We're not humans anymore, right? Huh?
You've seen Interstellar?
Ray, we've talked about Interstellar for like 10 hours in our lives. We love that movie. I've seen Interstellar like
I'm
6
just saying
times.
that's the movie though. Just in general, like what NASA space scientists say is like the closest thing. As a matter of fact, they did research based on what Christopher Nolan did, because he did such accurate, like he made the most accurate black hole depiction that science has ever seen in a movie. So what I'm just getting at is you're not wrong. Just in general, you're saying from point A to point B, it's impossible. Just literally impossible for the technology we have, for human life, space travel, gas, fuel, all that shit. I'm just more getting at that's why Interstellar is ingenious, because they travel space deeply through a black hole. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's a wormhole. They travel through a wormhole. And those are theoretical. Those are theoretical at best. That's the only way to travel to other galaxies. But like, I don't know. Like a wormhole is essentially a man-made option. The way they depict it is a man-made, or like we made it from the future. That movie's such a mind fuck, but I love it because I like to think critically and just like have my mind literally fucked. Because I'm a straight man, so I actually don't get to get
plus
fucked.
Hans Zimmer just gives off probably a top 3 score of all time in that movie. If not, maybe in my opinion, it could be the best. It's just so fun.
When I can't fall asleep, I put on there's a couple 10-minute or 10-hour videos on YouTube of just that score. Fucking epic. I have some crazy ass dreams.
Yeah, man.
So GT agrees with you about dumbing down the population. That's why you watch this show. You don't get dumber. You just get more fantasy knowledge, and you get some random shit like this. Jonathan, like Minority Report tech or Total Recall tech was probably around when those movies were made, just not available. I love Total Recall, man. Not the remake. The remake is dog shit, but the original is. And I'm a big Arnold fan. So, what is this coming from, Kevin? There's nothing. Styles. It's the TV show, The Grimm. He's one of them. They're everywhere. He's talking about aliens. Kind of how Michael Jackson was playing an alien in Men in Black.
You know what?
He might be the reason that I'm convinced there might be.
He said apparently he said the only way he would be in that movie, because he wanted to do the actual Men in Black suit. Like he loved that concept. So he's like, I don't even know if he took money for it, but he's like, I will be in it, because at that point Michael Jackson was just such a phenomenon. That was before the child's shit in the 2003, 2004, whatever the hell that was. But nonetheless, I just found that funny that he just said, I'll be in that movie. I just want to dress in. I could be Agent M. How about that? Agent M.
GT just called us the puppy who lost his way of fantasy shows. He said, oh no, this show is the Adam Sandler scene of You Just Made Everyone Dumber. The puppy who lost his way. Shout out Miss Lippy. Miss Lippy, everyone in this room is now dumber.
Miss Lippy, I got a problem with this story. Little Johnny, he gave up. That's your pet. You got to get your ass out there and you find that fucking dog.
I just love the end of that scene though, with the everyone dumber. He's like a simple no would have been just fine, but okay. Like,
yeah. That you know what that guy has probably the best crash out of all time. That's just the most calm crash out, because he just literally lays it in so immediate, so hard at him in that movie. So great. We are all now.
I do love that he's always ripping on his wife for being a whore. Like all the categories are my wife, a gigantic whore,
dirty tramp. I'm just gonna snap.
maybe move on from that dirty whore. Is my thing.
And her Danny Vito. I'm sorry, my wife is a big whore.
I think that's an all-time the way he says it. Also, Chris Farley in Dirty Work, all-time. The Saigon whore that bit my nose off, and then he ends up marrying her. Rip Chris Farley.
Like, dude, the way his nose looked, it just
bad performance from Chris Farley in that movie. That was rough. That was towards
Dirty
the
Work?
end.
Come on, bad performance.
It was well written. I'm just saying he was so rough, dude, at that point that like.
Oh yeah,
I feel like Almost Heroes is the same way. We love Almost Heroes for the cast of characters around Chris Farley.
Do you know what that show All That was? That Nickelodeon sketch comedy show they had? Yeah, you little fucker. Even though that was like that show came out in like '93, so you probably should have seen it. Nonetheless, though,
I was 5.
Okay, it was on Nickelodeon. It was a kids' fucking show. Nonetheless, though, Kenan Thompson, who's on SNL for all these years, he was on that. I not necessarily right now for you to watch, but I'll find it and send it to you. He had this character, Kenan Thompson. It was like a chef who was obsessed with chocolate, and so he brought on Chris Farley. And I believe Rob that this was his last filmed anything. This thing I'm talking about. Because, dude, he's really big. He is really rough looking. He's definitely fucked up because he's the ketchup guy. So like, he's like a chocolate cake and just putting ketchup on everything. And he's just like, ketchup. Like, dude, oh my God. Like, it is funny. But when you realize what, to your point, like the timeline, that it was more sad because it was like, yeah.
I got to look that up because I always thought his last appearance was on Man Cow. There's an appearance of him on Man Cow. This is post SNL, like his last show. And it's super fucked because they're just like making fun of him for how fat and rough he is, like in terms of like drugs and shit. And, you know, Chris just always like laughing about it and just like, you know, making jokes about it where it's like they enabled his ass. And again, if you can't see, it's down by the river. I'm the biggest Chris Farley fan.
No, well, I do the whole Chippendales
thing. They killed the motherfucker.
That was the beginning of the end. That really fucking killed him, from what I understand. That embarrassed him really badly, and they just like begged him to do it basically. And he was just like, all right. And you had the hottest. I know, but you had the hottest dude on the planet. You know, a lot of people could argue Patrick Swayze at the time. Than you. It'd be like you and me with Patrick Swayze.
No, it'd be like you and me. You're Farley, I'm Swayze.
Oh.
Yeah, look at this body, guys. Let's go. Hey-o. All right, I'll answer a few more questions, guys. Get them in. We have, let's see. We have 3 subs and 3 soups. So we have 6 of the 20. So 14. Probably not going to meet it. But we have a couple more minutes. If anyone wants to be generous or wants to watch a draft, wants to draft with me, we are down for that. Otherwise, tomorrow night, we're going to be on probably 9:30 or 10 p.m. Central with Nick O for the first half of the show. The middle part's going to be Nick O and Ray. And then the end of the show is going to be me and Big Ray. We're going to kind of just go with it. And I'm going to play a clip here and get one more drink.
Jay Quellen. No Jay Quellen here?
Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay. So that's how it's gonna be. Balake. Where is Balake at? Yes, sir.
My name's Blake.
Are you out of your goddamn mind? Do you want to go to war, Balake?
No.
D Nice. Is there a D Nice?
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch. A Ron. Where are you? Where is Ron right now?
Here.
You know, I said it like 4 times, so why didn't you say it the first time I said Ron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron?
Son of a bitch!
Good morning to Germany.
Oh. Hey, by the way, my last name's Fussbinder, so see.
Fussbinder.
But real quick,
Big Ray and Henry Cavill. That's your dancing partner.
Oh no, well, Henry can take me anytime. But that clip, dude, every time I watch that, just anything with sketch comedy like that, especially that character in particular, how many times they had to do that. They probably had to go to each kid, and every time he started talking the name, Ron. You go fucked up, Ron. Like, how could those kids keep their straight face? You know what I mean? It's fucking great.
Yeah, man. Who's the director? the new. I gotta find this. The new director of the horror movies that was in Kids of the Hall. Do you remember Kids of the Hall?
No.
That was a Canadian like sketch show.
Canadian. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's your first problem there.
Oh my god, yeah. I gotta think of the guy's name.
What was the name? What was the name of the movie you just said?
It's it's a couple of the recent horror movies. It's
Hall.
Barbarian director. So whoever directed Barbarian.
You said Kids in the Hall, though, right?
Yeah, that show. Zach Kreger. So Zach Kreger's had Barbarian and Weapons. I don't know if you saw Weapons that came out last year. Fucking badass movie. But Zach Kreger, like we were talking about Key and Peele, like now that Jordan Peele is like a fucking elite director, it's crazy that like he's a badass director, and then Zach Kreger was one of the main kids on the it was The Whitest Kids We Know. I think it's one of those two shows, either Kids in the Hall or Whitest Kids We Know. It's one of those two sketch shows.
Kids in the Hall was 88, so was it that long ago?
Let's see. No, it was The Whitest Kids You Know. So I got those two confused.
I was gonna say
there's another sketch show, yeah. So yeah, his first two movies though are Barbarian and Weapons, which I don't know if you've seen either of those movies, dude. Fucking really good. Like again, new movies aren't my fucking flavor, but for your first two movies to be epic like that, like they're at like Sinners level. You've seen Sinners, right, Ray?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sinners level quality, which Sinners is awesome. And like I just, you know my thoughts on new movies. Like I am just always very, very hesitant to watch them just because I just want to watch movies like Event Horizon and shit like that.
I'm a little concerned though, because you said that you're taking off Sunday, but I thought we were having a watch party for the Oscars. No? We're not gonna live stream the Oscars and just, talk about.
Is Will Smith gonna slap somebody? If Will Smith fucking punches somebody, I'm in. Hetzer, I do love the East-West College Bowl. I love the name thing. That's my wife loves something similar to that. She loves the NFL, like the names that they fuck up. It's called like whatever they call it, like on YouTube, where they have they make someone talking when they're like introducing.
Oh yeah, that is that. And it's like saying some funny ass shit to their the lip sync,
or just when they're in conversations. Yeah, that's pretty good shit,
dude. I mean, because the words that those people come up with, it literally looks like that's exactly what they're fucking saying.
David says, "Is it time to let go JJ McCarthy from Dynasty?" I mean, no, because you're not going to get anything for him. So, like, why would you just you're gonna essentially not cut him, but you can get like a second round pick, or you can get like a 2-up level player. I would hold on to JJ McCarthy as much as we've been very down on JJ McCarthy on the show. Kyler Murray is going to be there 1 year, most likely, and resurrect his career or flame out. Like JJ McCarthy is still attached to Kevin O'Connell. He's still a 23-year-old former first-round quarterback. And with what we saw with Sam Darnold and some of these other guys, like I'm not getting rid of JJ McCarthy for nothing, at least.
You just said all I had to say. Just all you need to do, everybody, is just take, especially in Dynasty, okay? This is the main thing. This is why you asked. Just take a look at all these quarterbacks who have resurrected their careers after leaving. I understand KOC is at the top of the echelon of what people look at, but JJ McCarthy also handed the ball off like 80% of the time at Michigan, okay? So I'm not going to lie. I would not be surprised if JJ McCarthy a year from now, like we going into next year, that people are talking him being a top end, not top end, but top half quarterback, like 20 to 15, like working his way up to top 12, and then that third year takes even a bigger step. Like it wouldn't shock me at all, but also wouldn't shock me if he's out of the league in 5 years or 2 years. But I just think I don't know. I don't think he's that bad, but he needs to really fucking improve. If he's worse than Kyler, we'll know. That's all.
Yeah, if Kyler can't beat him out this year, that's going to be rough. Have you seen Substance? Y'all check out Substance. I don't know. Is that a show?
Unfortunately, do not. Or have not.
You Ray? Kevin. What's up, Kevin? Sylvester Stallone put the old goats together in the movie The Expendables. Who would you put together as a crew or group to make a movie? I think they got it right with the crew in Grown Ups. I just feel like they did the execution, and I don't hate Grown Ups as much as Storey. Storey hates that movie.
Like the original Grown Ups, really?
Yeah, he hates the original Grown Ups. I feel like the crew, that idea is great. I just don't think that the execution was what it could have been. I feel like that was just another Sandler movie. We've seen so many Sandler movies. Give me an original idea, right? And something a little bit more original, opposed to just essentially that was just like a reunion movie, right? I want something that's more original. And if Chris Farley was involved too, if he's get him back from the dead, can we get that? So I'm guessing you love Grown Ups. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I don't say I love it, but I didn't. I'm gonna admit it. I didn't like it that much when it first came out. It's grown on me because that's exactly why. It's not a bad movie. It's not great, but the concept is like, I don't know, like what reunion movie do you compare it to that you like, oh, it's a total rip and this is just a shit story? Because riddle me that, Rob, because I can't come up with one, because that's why that's why I like it.
It's okay. It's okay. I think I was a little disappointed.
It entertained.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent in that movie.
It's years away, don't care. Jesus Christ. You ooze talent.
That's so good.
Peter's movie.
With the grown-ups, it will end up being a cult classic when they budget it and everything to not be. So that's the downfall on their fuck up.
Pat McAfee is possibly coming out in next season of Tulsa King. Pat McAfee's cool, man. I like how he stands up. I really enjoy that because he's on all the Adderall. He's just fucking cruising, dude. Like, one day I want to be Pat McAfee. You're gonna notice it when I'm standing up during the show. That's when I made it. When I can afford all the Adderall in the world. I made it.
On top of with him, I love his versatility, man. You know, he's got his own show, which that he does a lot of different things on his own show. College football Saturdays and WWE.
Yeah,
it's all over, man.
He's building a Joe Rogan style empire, honestly.
He already has it, like, for the younger generation who aren't political, basically, to be honest.
I guess you're right.
The people who are more political are more the Charlie Kirk, Joe Rogan, Fuentes, all these other fucks, depending their level of depravity, if you will.
What am I building here? I'm not doing any Joe Rogan stuff, so I don't know what I'm building.
We're building our own uniqueness, my man. Our own seed.
Good call. Hatcher says, and Rob will be wearing tank tops a lot more. I got to hit the gym before I do that. And my wife's been clamoring for us to hit the gym, so I might have to start doing that. And you bet your ass, I'll be wearing tank tops. I'll be shirtless. If I start getting in good shape, you're going to know about it. Okay. You're going to know because you're going to see it. He says, GT says he claims he only does weed, nothing else. He's just an ADH dude that can manage. I can see that too. I'm not trying to put Adderall in the guy's mouth, which is what I just essentially did. But again, nothing wrong with that. It's legal. Like if you're prescribed it, and it's just essentially speed. And he just has a lot of energy. Like, I have a lot of energy, but Pat McAfee is just like, you feel it through the screen. Like that dude. I love him though. I'm not trying to slander Pat McAfee. I enjoy watching his program, and his setup's good. He's pretty much took the old, Rich Eisen has a similar setup. Like all those guys that get their own show, they have like 6 or 7. Dan Lebertard
Rich
had
Eisen
for a while.
That dude's elite just because he gets some super, super high end just entertainers on all the time, like almost once a day. He's on ESPN 1000, like for from 12 to 2, but he's a 3-hour show. So like his first hour, we'll get him like like a Brad Pitt or something like that. That'll be on Disney Plus and ESPN on TV to get more eyes on it. And then, send in all the rest of the sports peeps on the second 2 hours that are on the radio along with on TV. But
yeah, Rich Eisen himself isn't the best, but it's his guest, right?
Yeah,
like
no,
like
his guest,
he had Jerry Seinfeld on, like getting that awesome interview about like the story behind the blowhole episode, like those kind of things that like that's what we care about.
He is boring, but he is a good interviewer. Like he really is. He has good questions. Like he's a very pretty monotone guy, but he is a pro's pro. He may not be his cup of tea, but he is a pro, and I appreciate the fuck out of that.
You know what he is? He's Dan Patrick is what he is. Like Dan Patrick was the same kind of thing. It's a really good Sports Center fucking host, and then just made his own show. Hatcher says, y'all slander Pat McAfee or Muhammad. Which one, Pat McAfee or Muhammad? Huh, tough one.
I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for one.
Big Ray in that clip. Shout out Big Ray, who acted in Superbad. That was him. And you didn't go the route of Jonah. He didn't lose 200 pounds. Is he still super skinny?
You haven't seen him lately? Please
I
look
haven't
on
seen
your
him like the
phone.
last couple of years. Same thing.
Please, no. Look up 2026 Jonah Hill. It is a woman. He looks like a fucking Karen. He's got glasses,
bro.
Skinnier than hell. Weird blonde hair that's like Karen short haired with like the waspy glasses that are smaller than he had in Wolf of Wall Street, bro. I don't know, man.
What is he doing?
It said it was for a movie. I hope to God it was, but
if you guys can see this.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck is that, man?
He's trying to look like Ryan Gosling, but he's not Ryan Gosling.
Apparently, it said it was
shit.
for. It said it was for. Again, I saw it was supposed to be for a role, but he has been very anal about his people making fun of his weight. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, no. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if he's just anorexic or some shit. Like, I don't know. He's that is fucked up though. Like that picture is like disturbing, to be honest. It's like, I get that to be as big as me or him as he was in, War Dogs, for instance, but it's like, you don't got to be fucking anorexic either, dude. Like, come on.
You know what lost me with Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen and those guys, as much as I still enjoy their movies, was the whole James Franco thing. Like,
Losers,
dude,
bro.
James Franco didn't really do anything. Like, he whipped out his dick on a date. Like, dude, whoop-de-fucking-do. He didn't assault anybody, and they act like this dude's a fucking, like,
pedophile,
they act like he's
rapist.
O.J. Simpson or, like, Bill Cosby, bro. Like they're trying to say, we don't want to associate with this guy. He's a bad dude. Like,
you know what's
you know
fucked?
what? He's not Bill Cosby. So why, they're saving face because of the cancel culture. But here's the thing. Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen are so big, they would never get canceled by association. You know what I mean? Like, what are they worried about?
Oh, no, they would. That's just, dude, people get canceled for liking a picture, bro.
Huh.
I'm just saying, like, people are these days are so goddamn sensitive for the wrong fucking reasons. You know?
Well, I can promise you this: whenever I get famous, I'm gonna be canceled in a day, bro. Like I'm gonna hit the mountaintop, and then I'm gonna just be canceled. So, fuck that.
Well, as long as you have me on there to be canceled with you, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I know y'all will still watch, but like the rest of the newcomers will just be like, these guys are bad dudes. Oh my god. Rob hung out with a hooker once in Las Vegas. He didn't even fuck her, but he hung out with her. He entertained that bitch. OJ says, will Kyler Murray take the Vikings to the Super Bowl? No, he will not, because the NFC, the NFL right now is very top heavy. And just look at the division. Look at the NFC West, man. Like, I'm putting all three of those teams ahead of the Vikings. I'm putting all three of the teams in their own division, the NFC North, ahead of the Vikings. There's 6
all the
teams.
NFC West. Oh, the 3 you said. Okay.
Yeah,
say,
3.
I don't know, man.
Well ahead of them.
I think I just will say I think you are underestimating the team overall, but outside of the quarterback position a little bit, because that team was way better than their record showed last year. They would have won the division if the Bears didn't win that game in Minnesota. And that's with JJ McCarthy at quarterback, bro. 1 50-yard return from Devin Duvernay got us that win. If that didn't happen, they would have won the division with JJ McCarthy.
But we're talking about winning a Super Bowl, right? Like, winning a division is one thing. Like, the Bears, I still like the Bears are still better. The Bears are still better. The Lions are still better with Dan Campbell and that team. Like, they're still better. I trust the culture there. And then the Packers are probably the most talented team, the most win now roster in that division with upside. And then obviously the NFC West, like, Niners are never going away. Seahawks are a monster right now, and the Rams are building like an all-time win now team this year. And they have Matt Stafford at, he's in the prime of his career, apparently. Guy's a fucking monster.
So your KOC trust is not that high compared to a lot of the league?
No, it is, but like KOC isn't Kyle Shanahan, and Kyle Shanahan can't win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going
Like,
to tell you
Kyle
right now,
Shanahan-
plenty of people around across the NFL, beat writers, a lot of people think different. People think they're equal. A lot of people. So I'm
if
not
that's
saying
the
I
case,
believe that.
then well, if that's
I'm
the
just
case, Ray,
saying-
then JJ McCarthy is officially done. Like you
Correct.
should then
No,
you should
and
drop him
that-
in Dynasty, because if Kevin O'Connell is on the Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan level,
People
they
believe
would
that.
never. I don't care what quarterback they have, they will never play and do what JJ McCarthy did.
No, I agree.
So that's an issue. That's my issue with Kevin O'Connell.
I'm first off, everything you wouldn't, I 100% agree, because I'm just letting you know what I've heard people talking, beat writers, of course, big old loudmouth fucking national people who I don't give a fuck about, but they still have a loud mouth and they still have a loud, following. There are people who believe KOC is a top 5 coach in the NFL right now. So.
Yeah, I give him he's in that discussion, but like top 5 isn't number 1. Like I feel like there's a big gap. Like you got Andy Reid. Here's like the top 5. It's Andy Reid,
Yes, Kyle Shanahan,
Sean McVay for sure.
To think that he's a Super Bowl worthy winning coach because he's choked and choked and choked.
He's gone to 2 though, and technically went to 3 if you want to count the Falcons.
Well,
I mean,
he
coordinated
definitely
team,
fought
so.
that one up bigger than anything. So that's great.
Yeah, but Kevin O'Connell hasn't even sniffed it.
That's fair.
Now he hasn't been coaching as long. I guess you could say that.
No, but at the same time,
we've had a big enough sample size.
Mm-hmm. He's been around 5 years at least now, so he hasn't made an NFC. Or did he make one NFC championship game?
No, I think that was the divisional round.
Oh, that was right. That was Zimmer when they lost that Case Keenum.
Fucking Zimmer. Zimmer is the white version of Aaron Glenn, right? I could definitely see Zimmer passing out in the combine.
Right. Yeah, that was.
You don't want your coaches to be.
That was also hilarious, dude, when he's just passing to Aaron Glenn, and then somebody like, "Bro, wake the fuck up, Aaron, wake up!" Boom,
You're on
boom.
TV.
And start taking notes like right away. It's like, oh, yeah, like you were fucking.
Sometimes you got to nap, Hey, maybe if he got some Adderall from fucking Pat McAfee, he would have been awake. That's time to Addy, bro.
Maybe if he got Ritterall.
Ritterall. Yeah, Snorskis.
Oh, Snorskis.
I heard some. I don't remember what I was watching, what show, but someone was telling me about the times they used to go to the combine. It's a giant party, apparently. Like just going on afterwards, just getting hammered in Indy. I some time and spread the brand. Get some interviews, and people be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Hey, I'd be down to do that, man. I mean, because here's the thing, Rob. From everything that all the beat writers for the Bears say, it's like that. Many of the beat writers love to go to it because that's the only time of the year they can only get interviews for certain people around the league. Because like everybody's there, everybody's pretty chill. Even if it's a 5-minute interview, they still get that 5-minute interview compared to trying to call their people up and they're like, "Oh, he's not available." No. Hey, I'd be down to fuck around with that next year.
Damn straight. OJ, will Tua cook in Atlanta? No, I think Tua's cooked. I think the quarterback room is a mess. Although I will say this, Stefanski is very good his first year in places, first year with a quarterback. So I do believe in Stefanski. I do believe in the weapons. It's a very consolidated tree of weapons there, but they're elite. Pitts showed out last year. I love Drake London, and Bijan's obviously the best running back in the league. Offensive line's good. Their team is good, but Tua, if that offensive line holds up, he could be okay. But I am not sold on Tua resurrecting anything. Jim Jeffries is fucking hilarious. GT Union. Why are people sleeping on the Bills offseason moves? Well, personally, I'm not, but I think some people are. DJ Moore, Bradley Chubb, CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think Bradley Chubb is probably the most under talked about
Bears
move
there.
Because I don't understand how Phillips got all that money and Bradley Chubb got like, what was it, 3 for 40 or something? Like that's super low. He's still relatively young. He's younger than Hendrickson. Yeah, but Phillips got injured every year too.
That's true.
So I love Bradley Chubb, man, and like it's an upgrade over Joey Bosa. If you ask me,
I wish the Bears signed him.
I think that's a guy that has been forgotten and undervalued by the NFL based on just being in Miami and not playing a lot of games.
But his numbers don't show it though. For his second overall draft pick, his number for the money he got this contract is great. Just saying in general,
perfect spot.
I just think people were thinking of him to be like a new, Mario Williams, for instance, just because I'm just another guy that was high, pick. As
Yeah, Mario never lived up to it.
Mario was
really
better
nice
than
schedule
Brandon
this
Chubb,
year.
though. Not by much, though. Doesn't matter. Both first and second and overall, not great.
Ooh, Wally talking some shit about the Lions. Wally is a notorious Vikings fan. Yeah, Lions had the year from hell year, which I still don't understand how they had such a bad year because their offense didn't really, points per game wise, didn't really take a step back. But the offensive line was a big problem. And unfortunately, they did not really fix that too much.
Do you want to know why? I can give you the really easy answer. You already know. Go ahead and just answer it for me.
Ben Johnson.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, and the combination of Ben Johnson, the offensive line faltering, like those two things.
Yeah, losing Frank Ragnow right away fucked everything up right from the get-go for him retiring. So that didn't help.
And Jared Goff, just if you can't protect Jared Goff, he is actually a net negative. Like he is actually bad. Just remember, go back and watch that Week 17 Vikings game, Vikings Lions. Dude, wasn't that at home? I think that was in Detroit.
It was at home. Awful.
No, sorry. It was Minnesota. It was in Minnesota, I think. But either way, like that team was dead in the water. The Lions had to win, and literally it wasn't even a JJ McCarthy game. That was the clown, Brosmer.
I think
Brosmer had like 65 yards passing, and they won the game.
Right.
Like, what the hell are we talking about?
I think that was the week there where if the Bears didn't have that miraculous DJ Moore touchdown, and the Lions just took care of business, they would have won the division. And they didn't even make the playoffs. Or no, they didn't make the playoffs, but they had knocked out. So
it was in Detroit, apparently. Wow, that's even worse. And I will say this to Wally and to the Vikings. We're talking about the Titans and some of these teams that can go last to first. Like the answer should be the Vikings because they're not really a last place team. It was just a situation that the quarterback play was an F, and they had some injuries, and also they were in the toughest division in football. So like the other teams are more like speculative, right? Like, oh, the Titans could be good. Like the Vikings are good. It's not necessarily up to them. Like the other teams in the division have to kind of come back to them. Like it's going to be hard for them to win it. Like they need Ben Johnson and Caleb to take a step back. They need, the Lions to continue this downward trend of, what's been happening post Ben Johnson. They need Jordan Love to get hurt again, or Micah Parsons have to come back healthy. Like there's just more talent on the other teams. But to your point about Kevin O'Connell, like Kevin O'Connell might be the best coach in the division. And it's pretty well coached division. If you ask me, Dan Campbell, not the best X's and O's guys, but like I'll take Dan Campbell as a leader. He's Mike Vrabel, if you ask me.
Hey, you got LaFleur, Ben Johnson, Campbell, and KOC. I don't know if there's a better division just top to bottom of coaches. Of if your team had to get rid of your coach, would you be willing to take one of those four coaches? I bet most of the other four divisions would be much more willing to take one of those four over the other three in their division over their coach. So
it was in Minneapolis. Yeah, it was a Christmas Day game because I was pretty sure it was in Minnie. GT, doesn't Goff have the record for most interceptions and still winning a game? Yeah, I think that was that game. I actually remember watching this at the bar. It was the game against the Texans like 2 years ago. He threw 5 picks and they won. And that was, I think 2 years ago. I think CJ Stroud was hurt for that game, so it might have been a Davis Mills game. But I do remember that he threw 5 picks. He threw 3 picks in the first half. And CJ Stroud wasn't that far off in that playoff game against both playoff games. They almost won both those. Right. Vikings running back room is shaky because that's bad. That's probably the worst running back room in the NFL. Aaron Jones and Jordan
right
Mason.
Now before the draft, yeah.
Ugh. GT, we saw that this year, man, with the changes. It's not so much just the team, Liam Cohen going to the Jags, Ben Johnson going to the Bears. It's what happened to the Lions and mostly what happened to the Buccaneers. Like when they lost Liam Cohen, that changed a lot of things. I don't believe this at all. I believe it, but I think it's bullshit. Kevin O'Connell being on the hot seat, like it's the same thing with with LaFleur. Like
this is
If
worse.
you're gonna fire a coach like that,
KFC's way less.
Well, LaFleur has had more success. I think O'Connell's a better coach, but LaFleur has had more success in his career as a head
he's
coach.
been there longer, and his time is just running thin. Is what I'm getting at.
Who are you going to hire? Like, look at some of these hires these teams had because there's so many openings. Exactly. Now, the Vikings would probably be the front of the line for a lot of these hires, but like, there's only so many good head coaches to go around. And if you want to take a guy, an unproven guy, over Kevin O'Connell just to make a change, that's what the Jets do. Like, you guys, the Vikings are a smart franchise. That's not a good move. I don't I don't
Dude,
like that at all.
you know what I'm interested to see going forward, becoming a head coach is Declan Doyle, the Bears' old offensive coordinator who just got hired to the.
He's hot commodity, man. He's a hot commodity.
I think God. What team did he hired by? I want to say the Eagles, but I don't think it's the Eagles. Whatever team got hired by, though, they gave him the full. He's 25 years old. Gave him the full reins to run the offense, play calling and all that shit. Like, that's a guy who
25, bro. Holy shit.
I'm just saying that's a guy I won't be shocked as being a very hot commodity in the next couple of years in the coaching cycles. Look out.
100%. All right, boys.
He's only 25, but like, I mean, he's already under Ben Johnson. He's I can't remember. Damn, it pisses me off what team he got hired by. But anyways, I'm sorry. Go on.
Ooh, Jay Moore. I'll say the Panthers won free agency. That's a good call. So far, thoughts compared to the Commanders. Oh, the Commanders. Ooh. I don't know what they're doing. They're signing Diami Brown, and just like their receiver room they didn't improve it at all. And that kind of leads me to think they're either taking Jeremiah Love at I think they have the 7th pick. They're taking Love, or they're taking Tate or Lemon at 7. But now they're relying on a rookie. Love isn't like skeptical. Like, he's a running back. He'll be fine. He'll hit the ground running. A rookie wide receiver, man, like when you could have made a splash. And I'm not saying Alec Pierce. I don't think he's worth the money, but like, you at least know what you're getting there. Or you could have traded for like Michael Pittman or something. Like, I don't like that at all. I don't know what the Commanders
look at
doing.
the success they just had. So why would they dever from that?
Who?
Ted, rookie of the year.
No, I was talking about the Commanders wide receiver room.
Oh, sorry,
like,
the Panthers. My bad.
And yeah, the Panthers, they won free agency because they really solidified that defense. I don't like the Phillips signing. That was too much money, but they had the money. But I love the Devin Lloyd signing. Devin Lloyd is the best signing of free agency. I can't believe the Bears didn't sign him. I really, really wanted the Bears to sign him, or any team, because that dude's a monster. He is a Roquan Smith level player, and that position off ball linebacker is just not valued. But I value it just because I want good players in my football
you don't like
team.
the Bears signed Devin Bush? He was 3rd overall off linebacker.
Devin Bush is fine. He's a little bit more inconsistent. Like, he has some bad plays on his.
But I'm just saying he was better than Roquan this year. Stats completely showed it.
But Devin Lloyd was better than all of them. You know,
That's
Devin
right.
Lloyd's a beast, bro. And also just Devin Lloyd's a little better in coverage than Devin Bush. Let's see here. Hetzer, where is Tyreek Hill going? I think you think he's going to the Chiefs still. I think the Giants, Chiefs are in play. Maybe both LA teams. Could you see the Rams? Now the Rams are talking about bringing in fucking AJ Brown, which seems like a pipe dream, but like they want to add, Debo, Tyreek Hill. They are a team that could use Tyreek.
Today, the Eagles said they're not trading him, which, I mean, of course, that's just all jargon, but
they could still trade him down the road. Yeah, they're saying they're going to hold him right now because they're not getting what they want.
On in the draft day, dude. Like, if he's not gone on draft day, that'd be pretty surprising on my end, at least. But
so I think the Giants, because they haven't, unless the Giants draft Carnell Tate at 5, I can't see him do. They're going to take a safety. So, but I feel like the Chiefs would be a nice reunion.
So Declan Doyle, he got hired by the fucking Ravens.
No shit.
So I'm sorry, I apologize. He just turned 30, March 6th of 96. So he's 30 years old. He was just under Ben Johnson. He was under Sean Payton the year before. Like, I'm telling you, boys, Declan Doyle, look out for that name to be the next,
Sean McVay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He will be. And mind you, real quick, if Lamar Jackson at least is in the MVP, conversation again this year, that'll be it.
There you go. Yeah, and he probably will be every other year he is. Jay Moore, Commander signed Chikakonkwo. Again, I love Chikakonkwo, but he is not an elite. He's not even a starting tight end. I think he's right at that borderline top 32. I will say Nick Cross, I love that signing, but Amik Robertson, we've seen a lot of him in Detroit. He is not very good, bro. He is a scrappy little player. I'm not a fan of that guy's game. He gets torched all the fucking time. All the time. He's a tryhard, though. I think he's a good locker room guy. I'm not saying anything against him as a person or like a guy you want on your team, but I want him as my 3rd or 4th corner. I don't want him as my 2nd corner. I think he might be their 2nd corner. Hill to Baltimore, that could be interesting. I think that could be a spot as well. You saw him make the run at DeAndre Hopkins last year. They like to resurrect these older guys. Hill is going to a team that he can win a Super Bowl with. I think that is the answer. And maybe the Giants don't fit that criteria. The Chiefs do. The Rams do, and the Ravens do.
I mean, I expect him to sign for the league minimum. Do you expect him to at least get a contract of like 2 for 10 or 2 for 20?
Yeah. He'll get 2 for 15 or something. Maybe even 1 for 15. Just a 1-year deal. How about this? How about the Bills for Tyreek Hill? Josh Allen, like they can afford it, and it needs to be a team that's in a pretty good spot because Tyreek Hill. What are you going to get from Tyreek Hill the first 8 weeks of the season? Probably not a lot.
That's what I was
He's going to be a for the down the stretch run, right?
If he were to go to the Bills and they just sort of massaged him in, and then it's like no workload much at all, and then until the back end of the year as it gets colder, get his body more, work, like basically use the first half of the season as his training camp, if you will, to get his body back up to football shape, and then unleash his ass in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I think the Commanders are probably the best spot. The Titans, Commanders, and then a team that could trade up for Jeremiah Love. It's just wild that, I really like the spot for the Saints, the fit in the Saints in New Orleans, but they have ETN there now, so they're out of it. The Chiefs would have been great. They're out of it. So there's only 2 options in the top 10. And he's going to go top 10. Someone will trade up for this guy. He's probably the best player in the draft. Just because with these running backs, we know what we're getting. We know they're going to be, Aston Jetty was a little disappointing last year. That was an all-time shit situation. So Washington with Jaden Daniels, that's a dangerous little RPO option. He can catch the ball. He can run wheel routes. And then the Titans, that's just kind of a betting on Cam Ward kind of thing. Just like it's going to make Cam Ward's life easier. Now, he's not a pass catcher. That would help too. But having a good running game essentially is an extension of the passing game. That's going to open up a lot of plays. They don't need an alpha receiver if you have a dominant running back. You saw that with Saquon Barkley with the Eagles. Jalen Hurts looked great when Saquon Barkley was busting out 50-yard runs.
So with Rachaad White signing there, are we just assuming that unfortunately Eckler's done with that Achilles injury?
Yeah, he ain't. Eckler and Ertz are done for. I don't think we see them again in the NFL. It sucks.
It's sad.
Especially Austin Eckler. He was a fantasy football hero for a long time.
He was a first-round pick,
also a very
overall pick for like a year or two at least. And a first round.
And he was just big. He's a big part of the community. He was very vocal about fantasy football. He was one of those guys that acknowledged it, where the rest of the guys just say fuck it. Like he actually acknowledged it because he was drafted as a special teams guy, and he like worked his way up for he worked his ass off. You saw the transformation of his body and like just ultimate locker room guy, a big fan favorite wherever he went. And I never believed in the talent. I always thought he was super overrated, like based on his fantasy, his fantasy points. Like he was never like the fact that he was the best fantasy running back for 2 years, I want to say, or like, top 3 back for 4 years. Like he was never that type of player, but he went from a committee back behind Melvin Gordon to a fucking all-time fantasy player in our generation for recent years.
Mm-hmm.
As a Chiefs fan, we really just let our whole 22 draft class walk in free agency. That's what you guys do, but there's some upside there, dude. You have 2 first-round picks now? So 2 first-round picks. You have a pretty high second-round pick. So you're going to have 3 picks in the top 45 of the draft. Like usually the Chiefs have 1 pick in the top 45 of the draft. So they need a lot. They have a lot of holes, man. A lot of holes to fill.
This is going to be a really, really, we already know this, but this is a super important offseason for them because we obviously know they're not doing a rebuild. That's not the type of team that is built. Are they going to be able to be swaggy enough to be able to pull off a Rams style of retooling instead of a rebuild? That's what I'm interested to see. I would think they should be able to, but no, I'm just saying it'd be interesting to see.
You just can't be bad with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're just too good. They won't be a top 3 team in the AFC. They'll be a wild card team. Even with this roster, I feel like last year was just everything. They lost so many close games where they were winning all those games for all those years. Mahomes actually played good. Mahomes played better last year than he had the previous 2 years, if you ask me. And he was taking the team on his shoulder, man. All those like 50-yard rushing games. Because just look what he had, man. It was just so rough. Rashee Rice being suspended. Rashee Rice, get on the fucking field, you clown. Jay Moore, who's more likely to draft a wide receiver early, Titans or Browns? Oh, I'm going to say Browns because the Titans, I feel like, are pretty likely for Jeremiah Love, and the Browns have Sampson and Judkins. So, like, they're not taking a running back, so they're probably going to take defense. But we all want to talk to Sampson.
I want to talk to Sampson. Fly me to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're equally just as likely to go for one in the first round. So that's just my opinion. Because Titans still need an alpha, and the Browns as well need an alpha. They don't have, they both don't really have a bona fide wide receiver one.
Will
But they
Tate
also
still
have many
suck
other
even if he goes to a perfect team fit? If he goes to a perfect team, he won't suck because he has
Rob,
enough talent.
why don't you tell him how much of a fan you are of him? Hmm?
Well, I'll tell you my comps to Carnell Tate's. Low-end comp is Donovan Peoples-Jones. High-end comp is Marvin Jones. Those are my comps. I don't like Carnell Tate at all. I currently have him at wide receiver 6 in my wide receiver ranks for this class. Now, that's not terrible. I think he's a second-round pick. Like that, so he could still be awesome. I just see a lot of holes in his game. He's a lot smaller than what we were sold. People say T. Higgins. They're comping him to T. Higgins. T. Higgins is 225 pounds, 6'5", 225. Carl Tate's 6'3", 192. Like, if you want to give me George Pickens, he's George Pickens size. Okay, I'll give you George Pickens. But if that's his upside, like, is he worth a top 10 pick? I don't think so, because we've only seen one good year of George Pickens. And that's mostly because he's a knucklehead, and Carl Tate has none of those issues. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of Tate. If he goes to a right spot, for Dynasty and for fantasy this year, he's going to go too high, and he's going to go way too high in the NFL draft. But that's the one nice thing he has, the feather in his cap, is he's going to have the draft capital, which will get him on the field. He'll be drafted to be a starter. So that is nice. I just don't like the guy's game at all. Jay Moore, can you guys mock the Chiefs picks 9, 29, and 40? I want the safety from Oregon. That is a Storey question because there's a lot of defense that's going to be there. And again, I haven't even finished doing all my write-ups on the offensive fantasy players. That's all I focus on, really, in terms of talking about it.
Hey, Jamar, don't you worry. That safety from Oregon will be going to the Bears at 26. So,
yeah, so that's a Storey question. Jay Moore, get in the Discord, and you can DM Storey directly, and he will give you write-ups and what he thinks, as well as Hastings does these kind of things, all the hosts in the show. I am not a college football guy, so I'm behind the game in terms of knowing these defensive players, so I'm not going to act like I know what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying because the Bears didn't bring back Brisker or Bayard. We need to know his starting safety, so wouldn't be shocked.
Who is your top wide receiver in the draft? I've been moving that one around. I think I'm back to Tyson now, man. I had Tyson for a while, and then the medicals and him not doing anything in the combine was a little scary. And then Lemon hurt his stock with what I saw. The interviews were weird. His 40 time came out today on his pro day as like a 4.52, which was expected. And I don't really care too much about the 40, but he's fine. He's good. I don't think, St. Brown is such an easy comp to make for him based on the school and the play style. He's not St. Brown. He's fine. I think I'm going to go the upside with Tyson. I really like Zachariah Branch. That's my dude. And I actually still like Malachi Fields, who really hurt himself with the combine running a 4.61. That guy's a monster, 6'4", 220. I love Malachi Fields. The worry is he might become Keon Coleman. Now, I'm not saying I have Malachi Fields in my top 5 or anything. He's like number 7 for me, right behind Carnell Tate. But Zachariah Branch is a dude I really, really, really like. And then let me get my list up here. Skylar Bell. I am sky high on Skylar Bell out of Connecticut, UConn. Weird because he is that's not the highest competition he's facing. This dude watches film. He is Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs also came out. I think Stephon Diggs played in Maryland. So similar kind of comp there with a smaller type school. This dude had 100 catches in college last year. He can ball out. He ran a 4.4, so he's got the speed. He's got the measurables. His hands are a little questionable. And let's be honest, Stephon Diggs does not have actually the best hands in the world. He does do some body catches. So I think he is the safest, most pro-ready in that like second grouping of wide receivers. He might go as the 8th receiver taken this class. I'm going to have him in my top 5.
I'm going to take off.
All right, Ray's out of here. I'll finish a couple more questions. We'll see you tomorrow, Ray.
Love you, boys. Sorry. This has got to...
Oh, sorry.
Just want to say
bye.
Love you
bye.
guys.
Sorry.
No, just got to get up early. So,
hey, meet Sweats.
See you boys tomorrow night. Thanks, guys.
Later. Tate or Russell Gage. I still want Tate. See, my hate, I can joke about it. The guy I really do hate is Travion Henderson. He's terrible. But I like my comps, man. I feel like Marvin Jones is a more accurate comp. Marvin Jones had a couple 10 touchdown years, and that's a similar player. Who's the better player now, Mechie or Leggett? I would still want Leggett. Mechie has a higher floor, but I still feel like there's some ceiling with Leggett if he can get it figured. I think he's been miscast in Carolina because he was drafted to be an X receiver, and they never really gave him a chance. So they played him at Y a lot, and his yak has just not been there. And I don't know what to make about Xavier Leggett because the player we were sold coming out of South Carolina, I believe. The player we were sold was Xavier Leggett. Was an athletic freak, a monster, a huge guy, a fast guy, a guy that breaks tackles. He has done none of that in the NFL. So I don't know if they're not putting him in the right positions. I don't know what happened there. I still have some hope. It'll be on another team, though. It's not going to happen. They love Jalen Coker. Obviously, Ted McMillan is there, and they might bring in another weapon. So he is pretty much cooked. All right, that's probably it for the show. We'll be on tomorrow with Nick O, 10 o'clock Central, most likely. And we're also going to have Big Ray hopping on too. So we're going to do a little double header and we'll have a little cross up with both of them. Any of you guys that are newest to the community, if you want to hop in, I am doing a special for the Discord and for the community until April 5th. So $2 a month gets you in the Discord. Do a little trial run and check out the community because it is awesome. And also the $5 tier, I kept the betting thing in there. And that'll run for the rest of the year if you want to get in there. That's going to go up to $10 a month. But if you get in now, get in the community and drop some knowledge, have some fun. This show continues after the actual show because people are in there talking smack, asking questions, sharing knowledge, right? That's the key is I learn a lot from you guys just like you want to learn from me. So thoughts on the record-breaking 83-point score from Bam Adebayo? I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't count like a lot of people, but it was against the Wizards. They also forced the issue, and he had like 40-something free throw attempts. And you know what? With a player like Bam Adebayo, which I would guess his previous career high was like 40, maybe less than that, I see why you go for it. Congratulations for Bam. I've always loved Bam, but it is what it is. I mean, it's not as impressive as Kobe's. It's still not as impressive as some of the MJ 66-point games. It's fine. It's cool. Like it's also the tanking era and this time of year where these teams are tanking already. And Washington was running like Alex Sarr was, I think, one of the only starters playing in that game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but also doesn't play a lick of defense. So, hey, NBA game though, 83 points. Like I'm not going to discredit it like a lot of like ESPN and people on fucking Twitter trolls are doing, saying it doesn't count. Like fuck them. Like fucking clowns. Looking at all the movement in the NFL with coaches, draft picks, and players, who do you see winning a Super Bowl before their career is over? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert. I'm going to rank it at Josh Allen. I'm going to rank it in that order, but I'm going to flip Prescott and Herbert. So it's going to go Allen, Lamar, Herbert, Prescott. I don't think Dak. I mean, also Dak's on the fucking Cowboys, and Jerry Jones is the owner there. So good luck to Dak. Although I feel like Dak is underrated and he gets a lot of shit. Dak's a good player, and they just, they haven't put enough around him on defense. And once that offensive line kind of went to shit, it hasn't been great. Not to mention injuries, man. A couple major injuries for Dak. He's still got some game left, though, so we'll see about Dak. But I would rank it Josh Allen, Lamar. Josh Allen, Lamar, 1A, 1B. Justin Herbert is close as well just because he's younger than those guys. And what they're building right now in LA is super nice. Tied to a pretty good coach. They got this year, maybe 2 years of McDaniel and the weapons there. I love Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert needs to stay healthy. It's not like he misses a bunch of games. He's always hurt. It's always an ankle. Last year was that broken left wrist. Like it's always something with him. And he needs to figure that out. And they need to figure out that offensive line, which they will. They've addressed it. They're going to get Slater back. They're going to get Joe Alt back. And they need to stay healthy because that offensive line will go from bottom 5 in the league, which what it was last year with the injuries, to top 5 guaranteed, maybe the best in the league. How bad was Josh Freeman? Josh Freeman had a couple really good years, man, and then it just went to shits. He was good. He was I thought he would become a David Garrard level quarterback, and he never did. He didn't have the longevity. Really big guy, though. I believe Josh Freeman was like 6'6", 240, almost like a original. He was like the first version of Josh Allen, and he had a really good year for the Bucs, and then it just went downhill. All right, that's it for me, gentlemen. I'll answer a couple more questions. You keep on popping them in here. Are you drafting Daddy Rico in fantasy? I was drafting him earlier before he moved. I got to see how it shakes down, where he goes. Currently, he's going around the 100th pick in best ball, so that's like an 8th round selection. That's typically an RB3 range. Running back 32. It's just rough. You know what the worry is, it's essentially he's going to be Najee Harris, and then Jalen Warren's going to be Jalen Warren, and Caleb Johnson could mess that entire backfield up. I'm not guaranteeing that or anything, but that's the worry. But we saw Najee Harris get 240 touches the last year he was there and be barely an RB2. So he's a starter, but Jalen Warren's it's going to be exactly what we saw last year. He's going to have the Jalen Warren role, and Jalen Warren's going to slide into that Kenneth Gainwell role, pretty much 55-45, depending on the game script. But I love Rico Dowdle, back-to-back 1,300-yard total yard season. So I love Rico Dowdle. So I guess we'll see. Again, guys, tomorrow at 10 p.m., that's a Nick O show. I'm looking forward to that. Jay Moore, Hetzer, some of you other guys, you should definitely hop in the community. We are also possibly throwing together, we get enough people to do it. We're going to throw together a March Madness bracket with the community. So I got to get enough people in there. And then as well as the fantasy, get in now and sign up for our community leagues. You don't have to pay for it now. Sign up for the community leagues that we're going to be doing in September. We're going to have 5 or 6 leagues. They're already filling up, guys. And if you guys sign up, I want you to make sure you get in a league or two with us, playing against all the co-hosts, all the people in the community. So get in now before I'm not saying you can't get in, but like the leagues might be full, or you might only be able to get in one. If you get in now, you get in almost as many as you want. So did Bucky value get crushed? We talked about it earlier in the show, Jay Moore. It's for me, it matters about Sean Tucker. I'm not so worried about Kenneth Gainwell. He'd lose some of his PPR appeal. If Sean Tucker is there and you have Kenneth Gainwell there, it's ruined, and he better be a 5th-round pick for you to even touch him. If Sean Tucker leaves, which is 50-50, I don't mind Bucky in the 3rd/4th round, because then he should probably get the goal line work, because he's still a better goal line back than Kenneth Gainwell. All right. Thank you, guys. Shout out to Jonathan and GT for the super chats. A couple people that subbed. Appreciate you guys. Again, professionalfanatics.com. Go to the link in the description. Sign up tonight, guys. Sign up tonight. How's the counselor? The counselor's fucking trash, and we all know he's trash. Sign up tonight. I'll send you an invite. Get in the Discord. Get in the March Madness pool. Get in the redraft leagues. Get in the community. Support your boy. We're in the up and up, so we're still doing 5-6 shows a week this time of year. Can't wait for next year to inch closer, where we really start diving deep into this shit. It's going to be awesome. So tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Central. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Jay Moore, you got to go to the Patreon, Jay Moore. I can't send an invite. Or email me. If you go to the Patreon, you can email me. I have my email on there. We can chat. CubsFan311, CUBSFAN311 at Yahoo. CubsFan311. That's the band 311 at Yahoo. Or just go to the Patreon. And if you sign up for the free one, I can't get your info to get you in. So once you actually sign up for the Patreon, though, I am able to get your email, and then I get you in the Discord that very night. So, all right. Appreciate you guys. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. We'll see you tomorrow night. Peace.
Just seemed like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you want to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what? Nothing. Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah?
I got you stored in my iPhone.
All right.